What's going on in the net? Are you and Peter fucking each other? I knew you liked each other. And he's like, no, Aunt May, everything's fine. We're not fucking. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. But now, my friends, we must get to my review. But before I get into the nitty-gritty details of Spider-Man Homecoming, I need to ask you a very specific question. That question being, how many of you have seen Spider-Man Homecoming, chat? The 2017 MCU standalone Spider-Man film, chat. Yes, Spider-Man made his debut in Captain America Civil War, but then he joined the MCU. It was a goddamn good day, chat. A goddamn good time. Sony, their vice grip over the wall crawler it released just a little. And I loved it. So Church says, yeah, baby GG, I have. D Darkster just rewatched it for the review. Perfect. You'll keep me on task then. Viber Fast says, you're Austin. I did. John Elkman says, yes, sir. Hamilton, yes, saw it in theaters. Maybe for my birthday long ago. Dunkirk. Ooh, nice. Cassie Strausley, no, I need to catch up. What? Oh, you're going to hear my rendition, my version of this Kaz favorite. Very nice. Belts and Gamers, I done seen it. He goes, damn you, Avi Rod. He's just choking. So like, we need more toys. Oh, sound like Letty from Fast and Furious. He said, damn, hell yeah. Such a hot voice, right? What we got? I've never seen it many times. Absolutely love it. Top 3 Spider-Man films for me. Definitely, it's in my top 3 as well. So maybe I have Bill Casey. Yup. Osnick, a day I never thought would happen. Batboy, I've seen most every Spider-Man movie fresh in the theaters. I've seen every Spider-Man film in the theaters, too. I saw it and was underwhelmed, but was better than the Spider-Man film before it. So that was cool. This is Luke the Boss. Panic Kaiju, I seen it on Blu-ray. Lakota, I love Spider-Man Homecoming, new edition. Can Sony give Marvel Venom next? Well, I wish they would just reboot Venom at this point, but that ain't gonna happen. People love that. People love that version of Venom, so hey, more power to them. But Axel says we own it. We have seen it many times. Very good. Buzzing News, by the way, great Spider-Verse review. Thank you. Yes. In case you don't know, I'm reviewing all the more recent Spider-Man films. This week in honor of No Way Home. I've done all the previous ones too. I've done the Raimi trilogy. I've done the Andrew Garfield duology. And now we're doing the Home trilogy as it's called. And of course, Into the Spider-Verse chat. And I'll do all the future Spider-Man films to come. I've even done some of the Spider-Man animated series. I got to get back to those reviews. It would have been actually good, but these reviews are just so long because there's so much detail. But yeah, chat, like many of you, I too have seen this movie. I think I saw it 3 times in the theater. I really enjoy it. I remember I saw this. I think this was like the last film I saw when I was working for oneofus.net. I think it was like the last review I was on for oneofus.net. And I think that was the last critic screening that I went to working for One of Us. And I loved it. I was already really impressed with Tom Holland's Spider-Man when we first saw him in Civil War. I thought his introduction was handled so smoothly where they didn't have to retread the origin again. I didn't need to see Uncle Ben die again. I didn't need to have the speech of with great power comes great responsibility. It's like, I get it. I get it. I understand. Like how they brought him in, it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel rushed, which is surprising because that movie has so many elements and so many new characters introduced to it. And like I thought everyone got their moment. He got his moment. It was like, what a debut. And the thing that just about, like initially, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which would really appeal to me, is that he was a kid, and I know he's 25 years old, which is like, I'm like, what is Disney and Sony feeding him or not feeding him to keep him so young? He's like a little baby boy. He's like a little spider boy. I don't get it. But one of the things that I've always been a little resentful, just kind of not resentful, but just annoyed by, is that for whatever reason, all the filmmakers, whether it was Sam Raimi or Mark Webb, they were just like, we got to get him out of high school. We got to get him out of high school. And, high school, the fact that what makes Spider-Man so interesting is that he started out as a teenage superhero. He wasn't a sidekick. He was on his own. He was doing his thing. And those are some really interesting years. And we see that both in the original comics, of course, and also in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, where I think he is in high school for that entire run. And that's like fertile ground to have a lot of cool stories and have the perspective of a superhero that is living with teenagers and is a teenager. That was really interesting to me. And I love that the Home trilogy has really leaned into that. What this movie really leans into. It feels like a teenager, not like the Sam Raimi weird 60s, early 2000s amalgamation, or even the really emo, very sad, Mark Webb version. It's like, no, he actually feels like he's not like they say he's a loser, but he's a nerd, but he's not, a social outcast. Like, it felt really real and grounded to me. And that's why I just love this take on this character. And we see a lot of his high school life and his home life here. And I really dug that. Now, I know that one of the big criticisms of this movie, and I think of just Tom Holland's Spider-Man in general, is that he has all these mentor figures, whether it be Tony Stark or Nick Fury, and I imagine coming up now, Doctor Strange. Personally, that didn't bother me, and it doesn't bother me. I liked it because it was something different. We have 5 other, if you even want to count Spider-Verse, we have 6 other Spider-Man films where that's not the case. I mean, even fucking Miles Morales is like a mentor. But we have at least 5 to 6 other Spider-Man films where, it's the whole origin again, Uncle Ben, Great Parker Express. Like, I wanted something new. And so for them to do something a little different, I found it really refreshing. I didn't want to see Uncle Ben died again. I didn't need him being constantly fucking referenced. Because, he's going to be referenced in the new movie. That is coming. Clearly, they've heard fan complaints like, okay, we're going to mention Uncle Ben, and hopefully they don't do a flashback and him getting shot again, because I can't take it anymore. And they're going to do that freshman animated series where it's him when he first gets his power. So you're going to get the origin. But I was so happy that they didn't indulge in that. I know some people disagree, and that's totally fine. But I really liked how he was so, and it made sense because they wanted to make it very clear that Spider-Man is thoroughly embedded and a part of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think they did a really good job with that. So I wasn't bothered that Tony was keeping an eye on him. I like his relationship with Happy, and I like especially even more as we get into Far From Home. I think it's great. I'm going to see how it's going to be tested in No Way Home. And so all this was really cool to me. Other than that, outside of, a lot of people's perceived complaints about the movie. Like I said, I think Tom Holland's great in this movie. I like his little friend group. I think Ned, which is funny because Ned leads in the comics. Like, clearly the actor who plays Ned, Jacob Batalon, is that how you say his name correctly? I think it's Jacob Batalon. So he plays the character of Ned Leeds in the film, who is a supporting character in Spider-Man comics. He is a fellow journalist at the Daily Bugle. Well, eventually becomes the Hobgoblin Chat in this fantastic arc in the 1980s, which is amazing. But clearly he's supposed to be Genki, but they change his name, which is Miles Morales' best friend. You see him briefly in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or if you're familiar with the Miles Morales comics, he's in those as well. And he's also in the Spider-Man Miles Morales video game. So they kind of combine those two characters into one. I like him. I think he's great. I love his rapport with Peter. Because one of the things that always bothered me about maybe the Raimi trilogy or even the Mark Webb trilogy, like, Peter never really had a true friend. Like, James Franco's Harry was always an asshole. Always doing stuff behind his back. Always, his personality would change dramatically between movies. And then they tried to retcon a friendship between Peter and Dane DeHaan's Harry Osborn in the Mark Webb movies. And I was like, they always felt kind of inauthentic and weird to me. Whereas here, it's like, I love their rapport and dynamic. They really do feel like true friends. And I love that Peter has the typical problems like any teenager would have. Is like, my body's changing. I'm horny all the time. And oh God, that girl's really cute and everything. And building Lego Death Stars. That's just all the kid stuff, all the high school stuff is really fun to me. It's clear that John Watts, they reference it in the movie, was heavily inspired by the work of John Hughes, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. All that is on full display. And I really, really like that. I was like, of course, the Spider-Man movie should be like a John Hughes film. That's just perfect. And so I had no problem with that. The reason you just gave about why you like Spider-Man, how you like that he was a young hero and how he was not a sidekick, and usually how I feel they kind of did him a disservice by making sort of a Tony Stark. But see, I didn't mind that at all. I thought that was cool because they did the whole father figure thing. Like his father figure was always Uncle Ben. And we see this time and time again. We saw it in the original Raimi trilogy. We saw it again in Mark Webb's movies. And so I was like, okay, I don't need to see this a third time. And so I liked it that they did something a little different where they gave him a very flawed mentor in Tony Stark in that first movie. And I like what Robert Downey John, and he's not in it he's not, like people say like he's in it so much. He's really not in it a lot. Like he has that initial scene in the very beginning, and then when he saves him that first time from the Vulture, and then the ferry, and then at the very end. He really only has 4 scenes in the movie. And it's not a lot of screen time, and I think he's in it just enough. For the most part, Peter is on his own, and he's making his own mistakes. And so I really liked his presence in the film a lot. I thought it was a cool connection. And it humanized Tony, I think, as well. You know, outside of Pepper's relationship with Happy, I really liked that they had that really cool relationship between Tony Stark and Peter throughout the entirety of the MCU. I thought it was very emotional. And so I personally was not bothered by that. Outside of the just Spider-Man and his friends group, I also love Michael Keaton as the Joker. And this is part of the Keaton Renaissance, chat. We here already done. He's played so many like flying superheroes. Or things with wings. He's been Batman, he was Birdman, chat, and now he's Bird Dad. He's Bird Dad in the movie, chat. He's the Vulture. And he's great. And I love this take on the Vulture. He's a blue-collar supervillain. That's what he is. He's like, I'm doing it for my family, Peter. You don't understand. I'm doing this for my family. And it's like we fight their wars, and all we get is their table scraps. Like, I love it. And he's picking and the carcasses of previous battles. Like they mentioned, obviously the thing in New York, chat, the invasion of the Chitauri from the first Avengers film. They mentioned the Triskelion from the Winter Soldier and everything else in Sokovia. And he's going around and taking all the literal scraps like a vulture. It's like, it is brilliant. It's fucking, I was like, oh, that's great. I love that. And he has some amazing scenes both in the suit, which I absolutely love the design of this suit. All the designs of all the Spider-Man villains in these films, in the home trilogy so far, or at least the home movies that we've gotten, have been great. Like, he looks like he has I love the way the wings look. They're so terrifying. And he has a flight helmet. He looks like a pilot. It's like, oh, of course. So he's not just an old man flying around in a rubber suit. No, he legitimately is like in this mechanical flight gear. And I love that it looks so grounded. So cool. We get some other villains too. We get the Tinkerers in this as well as a supporting character. And then we get 2 shockers, chat. One by the guy who constantly dies in movies, chat, who's competing with Sean Bean, who can die the most. He died in Prometheus, chat. He got fucked up in Upgrade. Here he is again. And we got Bokeem Woodbine as Shocker 2, chat. It's great. And we even have, a little hint to the Prowler, chat, Aaron Davis. I'm loving it. JD the 10 Days, I also think that the story of the movie is how Peter has to save the day without Tony Stark. True, that's what happens, man. He has nothing. He's like, what Peter says, I'm nothing without this suit. And Tony Stark is this, if you're nothing without this suit, then you don't deserve it. Boom! Then you're nothing to me, Peter. Patooey, and he spits on his face. And he did all this without that fancy fucking suit, chat. Without Karen talking into his ear, without whispering into his ear. That's right. As he had to take responsibility, Chad. There you go. And that's why I love it. Thank you for the 10 minutes, by the way. Steve, good to see you. So, as you can tell, I'm a big fan of this movie. A lot of people are big fans of this movie. It was a critical commercial success. And I think at the time, it was the highest grossing Spider-Man film, made $880.2 million and $175 million budget. Again, reaffirming that this is the Spider-Man for the future, chat. And this is the first chapter in this trilogy. Now we get Far From Home, which became the first billion-dollar Spider-Man movie. We're on the cusp of No Way Home. And, chat, we're on the cusp of another I didn't think this would happen. I thought, well, we got this MCU trilogy, and then Sony will take him back, and he'll be in Venom movies or whatever. He'll show up in a Sinister Six film. But the fact that they've now confirmed that he's going to be coming back for a whole new second trilogy set in the MCU, I am so excited about that. It's like, are we going to see the college years of Peter? Are we going to see him as a very young adult? The possibilities are endless, chat, and that's going to be really, really fun. Who would have thought we would live in this fucking time? Holy fuck, where does time go? And Steve, the 20 months, thank you so much. 4 months away from 2 years, Steve. Pleasure to have you here. The time that we spent that time together. Thank you so much. Avi Rod, give me rent. Yeah, that's right. Or give me toys, rent. Yeah, that's what Avi Rod cares about. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this film. But now, chat, we got to go ahead and get into the scene by scene breakdown, chat. We start in New York City, chat. All of the city has been destroyed by the Chitauri. The Avengers managed to save the few people that still live there. It was like a climactic battle, chat, with Loki between aliens and gods and monsters, chat. But now we gotta clean that shit up. But before we do so, we gotta look at a kid's really shitty drawing. And who is this? Who is the father of this kid who drew this shitty drawing, chat? Adrian Toomes, chat, who will soon be the Vulture. And he's going on about, like, can you believe it, Tinkerer? I don't know what the Tinkerer's name is. Can you believe it, Tinkerer? We live in a world where we got big green guys and gods and guys flying around with suits and star-spangled soldiers and spies and an archer guy. It's incredible, right? It's crazy. And the guy goes, yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts, Adrian. Yeah, he's like, yeah. And my kid, she drew a good picture. And if you look at the Tinkerer's face, he's like, I don't know what to say, so I don't want to get fired. Yeah, the kid's got a future. She has a lot of talent. It's like, you don't believe that. You didn't want to get fucking fired. And he goes, yeah, well, I don't know. We got to go ahead and start cleaning up all this stuff. Because we got Toomes' boys, they're trying to take apart all of the Chitauri technology and vehicles and weapons there. We see Bokeem Woodbine, who will soon become the Shocker 2. But he's not the Shocker 2 yet, chat. He's just some fucking blue-collar schmuck like the rest of us. And he's trying to take apart a Chitauri war chariot with a sledgehammer, but Michael Keaton comes over, he's like, no, Bokeem, no. See, the thing is, our tools don't work on this shit, all right? You got to use theirs. And so he literally hands him like a Chitauri axe. He's like, go ahead and use that. It's like, I don't think that's safe. I don't think that's really safe to use, so maybe you shouldn't have gotten this contract with the city because you're just literally using tools. You have no idea what they would do. You don't know how they work, if they would injure you. How do you know if that's even an axe? It could be a blaster for all you know. But then Bokeem Wood's like, thanks, boss, and he starts scooping up like weird glowy boopers out of it, Chad, and they're like purple and they're kind of vibrating. Clearly giving everyone cancer here. There's no doubt about that. Dark Side of the Two Phineas Mason. Thank you, Phineas Mason is the Tinker. You nailed it, man. Thank you so much. I was like, something Finn, because I remember that was the name of the when they did the Miles Morales game. They made Phineas Mason a friend of Miles. That was really cool, and they called her Finn, but I don't know if that's the name of this Tinkerer. So thank you so much, Phineas Mason. But he's getting that stuff out. We got Shocker 1, chat. We get the guy who drank the black goo from Prometheus, and he was also an Upgrade, which is the better version of the Venom movie. He's here, and he's walking to work late. He's like, sorry, traffic was awful, and my alarm didn't go off. And, Adrian's like, shut up. I know you came late because you don't give a shit. Go ahead and stack that Chitauri metal over there, okay? We got a lot of work to do. And then this old lady comes in like, everyone, I must have your attention. You must shut down this operation. Damage control is taking over, okay? So if you have any objects or any material currently in your trucks, get them out, and we will be taking over. And Agent Toomes comes over, he's like, whoa, what are you talking about? Listen, lady, I understand you're from the government, you're from, damage control, but, this is our job. I have a contract with the city. She's like, I understand, Mr. Toomes, but things have changed, and that contract is now null and void. He's like, listen, I got trucks for this job, all right? I got guys here that I hired new employees for all of this, okay? I mean, they won't be able to support their families. I won't be able to make the next mortgage payment, okay? We need this. We need this. And she's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Toomes. It's out of our hands. And then you have this fucking schmuck. This smug rich prick who the only way that he got the goddamn job at damage control is because his daddy is some higher up in the government, and he goes and he literally standing behind Adrian goes, shouldn't have overextended yourself, bro. And fucking Michael Keaton just looks at him and goes, shut the fuck up. Boom! And he punches him right in the face. And I'm like, he's in the right, chap. The Vulture's my man, okay? He's the villain of the people, chap. He's the villain of the people. And basically what he says, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have overextended myself. Pow! and he pops her right in the face, and the guy goes down like nothing, chat. Like, I love it that this seemingly old man, the Vulture, he's still able to knock some sense into some of these young kids, some of these prep school pieces of shit. And then all the damage control agents pull out their fucking guns, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And, you know, the damage control lady, she's like, listen, Mr. Toombs, if you have a complaint, you can take it up to my superiors. And he's like, and who's that? And then we cut to them back at their little headquarters, their business, and where they're watching the television, where the damage control is owned by Tony Stark, and his new damage control organization is cleaning up all of the Chitauri wreckage from the Battle of New York. And Adrian's team is all just fucking pissed off. It's like, I can't believe it. They made this mess, and now they're the ones that are profiting off of it. Always going back to the man, chat. The man always trying to keep the little guy down. And the thing is, Phineas Mason, the Tinkerer, he's playing around with the technology, uses one of the Chitauri boopers, attaches it to a drone, and it starts flying around. And he's like, it's too bad because we could have made a lot of cool stuff with this alien junk. And we have this one employee of Adrian Toombs. He comes over, he goes, yeah, boss, we still have like a lot of it in the back of our trucks. I mean, do we have to drive down and give it to them, or can we tell them to pick them up here? And Adrian is like, you know what? Fuck them, okay? We are gonna keep this shit. Times are changing, boys. Time is that we change too. And then we cut 8 years later, which is a huge chronological flaw. It's a timeline flaw. It's like, it's not 8 years later because the movie takes place in 2012, which would then make it 2020. And so it's like, no, that's a screw up. They even admitted that, yeah, we fucked that up. It shouldn't be 8 years later at all. So that's a flaw on someone's part, Chad. I'm not sure who. But it's let's just say it's several years later, okay? And then we see the Vulture in his full fucking wingsuit with his claws with some ill-gotten gain, lands down the facility, looks fucking badass, shed helmet, and everyone's like, well, everyone's decked out in cool super robot gear and stuff. These Masons working on, you know, drones and shit. And Adrian, he drops off like some arc reactors, some Chitauri stuff, some Ultron gear. And, you know, it's like, oh, business. Business is good. It's like, hell yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Dark Slayer. Thank you for the 2 biddies, by the way. Trying to create some more problems than he solves. True. Oh, man, he's made so many villains. Toombs' crew later turns criminals. Beck with his crew. AIM, he's created more villains and he's helped people. Yeah, all the time. That's Tony's legacy, sadly. Oh, my Lord Vulture. Think about the future. Indeed. Thank you for the biddy, Luke the Boss. Appreciate you. And then we cut, chat, and we see a title screen for a new video. Yatsuba Fan, thank you for the 5 biddies. An absolute pleasure to have you here. Currently reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming, my personal favorite Spider-Man movie. A pleasure. Hope you're doing very well. But then we cut, chat, and it says, and it's an opening title, it says, a film by Peter Parker. I thought this was so great to remind people about what happened in Captain America Civil War, but we're seeing it from Tom Holland's Peter Parker's perspective, and he filmed this whole video of his little adventure. He went to Berlin, and he's like in the car going to the airport. He's like, New York, my city. It doesn't look like much, but it's home. And then we hear Happy's like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, sorry. I'm just making a video. He goes, you can't do that. Why? Why? It's fun. It's like, just stop it. We're almost there. And they pull up to the airport where there's a private jet. And Peter's like, oh my God, it's like an airplane. That's so cool. Mr. Hogan, should I go to the bathroom beforehand? And he goes, there's a bathroom on board. He's like, there's a bathroom on board? He goes on the plane and he's filming. It's like, there's no pilots. This is so cool. It's all automated. And then he sits down, like Happy takes a seat. And then Peter sits like right across from him like this. And Happy's like, so are you sitting there? He goes, yeah, I'm gonna sit here. So you're sitting next to me. Is that what you're doing? Every scene on the plane, you're gonna choose to sit next to me? Yeah. And then Happy fucking moves over to the next chair. He doesn't want to fucking deal with this kid. And then it's like however long in the flight, Peter gets up because Happy has fallen asleep, and he's like approaching him, like filming him really close, and he goes, he fucking wakes up, and Peter like drops the camera. We're then in Berlin. Peter is having his voiceover. He's like, so I'm in Berlin, Germany, which is really cool. All these German guys like, hi, and he's like, I don't really know why I'm here and stuff. Mr. Stark told me that Captain America is like gone crazy. I love that he has no fucking clue what's going on. And I guess we gotta like stop him from, causing more destruction. Something about like crazy super Soviet terrorists or something. And we go to the hotel, and he's like, all right, Peter, this is your room. He's like, we have separate rooms. He's like, yeah, I'm not your bunkmate. Get in there. And then Peter dressed up in his, his OG costume, which is basically like a hoodie and the goggles and things. He's like trying to psych himself up. He's like, okay, Peter, all right, Spider-Man, you got this. You're gonna prove yourself to Mr. Stark. You're gonna prove yourself to all those cool heroes. And then Happy walks in. He goes, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? And he's like, well, this is my suit. And he goes, not that fucking pajamas. No, over here. And then he opens another door, and he's like, this is still my room. He goes, yeah, come on. He goes, there's the case. He's like, whoa, what's this? Is this my suit? And he opens it up, and it's the Spider-Man suit we see for most of the movie. And he goes, oh my God, Happy, that's so cool. He's like, put it on. We're late. Put it on. He's like, oh, is this mine? Happy, is this mine? He just fucking walks away. And eventually he puts the suit on. And then we cut, and he's at the airport. He goes, guys, this is so cool. So I see there's Iron Man, there's War Machine, there's Captain America, and Black Widow. He's like, whoa, who's that new guy, referring to Black Panther. And then we hear Tony Stark go, Underoos! And he's like, oh, geez, that's me, guys. I'll be right back. And he flips. He goes, hi, everyone. Which is so cool. I love it. And then we cut immediately after that where the whole airport battle's happening. There's, there's explosions. People are flying around. And Peter's like, holy fucking shit, guys. It's so cool. Like, I jumped out, and I said, hi, guys. How's everybody doing? And I stole Cap's shield. And then there was, like, this little guy who was on the shield, and then he hit me in the face. But it didn't hurt really much, but it was just kind of cool. And then the Vision was there. And then this guy with, like, he was a kitty cat. And then, oh, my God. And then we see Ant-Man in the background just become giant. He's like, holy shit, he's big now. I'll be right back. And then he swings, and we see fucking Rhodey going, flying to the sky. And then we cut from the big epic battle. Like, he's so adorable. That's the thing I really love about this Peter Parker, is that he's everything's so new to me because he's still a kid, and he's so wide-eyed, and he's super naive, and I really like that. I buy that with him. Whereas, like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it's like, you look like a 45-year-old man pretending to be a teenager. And Andrew Garfield looked like a 35-year-old man pretending to be a teenager. It's like, I don't buy it. With Tom, he definitely has ADHD. There's no doubt about it. But I love it. It's great. It's so good. And then he's back in his hotel room. He takes the thing off, and he's like, oh, guys, it was so cool. When I was there, I was, like, fighting this guy named Ant-Man, but then he got really big. Tony Stark was, like, super impressed with me. And then, his best black friend is crippled now, but that's okay, because I'm going to be his new best friend. I'm not black, though, but I can be his new best friend. And then we hear Happy knocking. And he goes, oh, shit. And he, like, puts the camera back on its stand. He does a backflip. And he goes, hey. And Happy's like, we have thin walls, by the way. We have very thin walls. We then cut from that, flies back home, and now he's in the car. He's in the limo with Tony Stark. Tony's like poking at the camera. He goes, making a little video there, and he goes, yeah. He goes, oh, it's okay. You don't have to stop. Let's this internship, right? This is and I love that we still see this is obviously immediately after the events of Civil War. And we see that Tony's face is still fucked up. He's still all bruised up, which I really like that attention to detail, Chad. Like, that was very smart. Thank you for doing that. John Watts, by the way, is the director of Spider-Man No Way Home. Or, excuse me, obviously No Way Home, but also Homecoming, Far From Home, and now this movie. And he's going to be directing the Fantastic Four, chat, which I'm super excited about. John Watts does not get enough credit. So excited. He also did a really cool body horror film called Clown, which I recommend you guys checking out. And also, I think Cop Car was one of his too, with Kevin Bacon. But I love that they're just in the car. He's like, make a little video. He goes, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. You know what? This is internship, right? Internship. And he goes, yeah, Mr. Stark. Yeah. He's like, you know what? Let's do a video for your Aunt May. And he goes, yeah, that's good. And so he's all right. Get in the frame with me. And he goes, hey, Aunt May. Hope you're doing okay. Wearing something skimpy, I hope. And Peter like looks at him like, what are you doing? Stark's like, I'm sorry. She's just really hot. Like, I love how everyone brings up the fact that Aunt May is so attractive in this movie because she's played by Marissa Tomei. Like, they bring it up in Civil War, they bring it up here in Far From Home, and I'm sure in No Way Home. Nia Brownie, hey, wait a damn minute, start the damn stream over. Also, hi, Nia Brownie, I'm talking about how sexy Marissa Tomei is in the movie. But he's just going on about like, hey, Aunt May, hope you're doing okay. Wearing something skimpy. I hope. And Peter's like, hey. He says, no, it's bad. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. Okay. Anyway, it's like, anyway, new cut. You cut it right here. Okay. Peter is doing such a great job with the internship. He's doing so much interning. Everyone's been impressed by the interning, and you should be really proud for raising such a great kid. He's doing great. And we hear Happy go like, "Fuck you!" Like someone cuts him off, and he's like, "Happy, everything going okay up there?" He's like, "Yeah, man, the intersection. The guy, I had the green light. but the guy goes through the red light. He goes, "It's okay, Happy, it's all right." Eventually, they stop at his residence, at Peter's apartment with his aunt. Tony goes to him, he's like, listen, Happy's he's a little on edge because he's been a driver for most of his career, and he's trying to, get a promotion. He wants to be into asset reassignment, and so that's why he's a little on edge. So don't worry about it. And Happy's like, why'd you tell him that? I told you that in confidence, in privacy. Why are you telling the kid that? He's like, I didn't know that it was private. I just love the constant back and forth between all of them. It's so funny. And eventually they stop. And Tony's like, listen, Happy, I'm gonna talk to the kid for a second, okay? Do you want to get his luggage out of the back? He's like, you're gonna talk to him alone? He goes, yeah, can you get his luggage? I guess so. He goes outside and he grabs the case, and it's like super fucking heavy. And this is another, like, you see Happy, like, this is really cool attention to detail here, chat. You might miss it on the first viewing, but Happy is literally going, oh, he's struggling with this case. And he's like, do you want me to take it up to the seventh floor? The seventh floor? And Tom was like, no, he doesn't have to do it. He's like, Tony's like, oh, no, he can do that. He's like, I don't have to. Okay, thank you. He puts it down. And eventually Happy gets back in the car. And Tony's like, listen, kid, I want to give you the suit. And then he finally takes down the phone, and we're into the proper frame of the movie. It's like, oh, it's so cool. It was constantly in the perspective of like an iPhone or something. Also, another little attention to detail too, I thought was fun. We constantly see throughout the film, Tom Holland's phone gets more and more cracked. At first it starts off like it's very clear. Then you see in later scenes more cracks show up, and in the last scene we see the phone, it's completely, the screen's all fucking mangled, and that's because he keeps it in his fucking pocket when he's Spider-Man. And so when he's always falling and fighting villains, his phone is getting progressively more damaged. The subtle details, chat. The subtle details, right? And so he's like, I get to keep the suit, mister. So he's like, yeah, kid, yeah, this is what you're going to need, be Spider-Man, obviously, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, you're right. But, when's the next, mission? He's like, mission? What do you mean? What do you mean mission? He's like, like we did all like in Germany. You know what? We'll call you. We'll call you. You'll call me. He's like, well, I won't call you. Someone will call you. And yeah, we'll let you know. He's like, really? He goes, yeah, man. Yeah, let me get the door. He's like, he reaches over for him, and it's like, oh, we're hugging. And he's like, no, I'm not hugging you. I'm just opening the door for you. And one of them, he's like, but I want a hug, Mr. Stark. And he's like, we're not there yet. And then he just looks, and then Tony just looks to the other window, waiting for him to leave. And Tom's like, okay. And he takes the case, and Tony's like, all right, bye. And they drive off, and you notice Tom is walking with the case with one hand like it's absolutely nothing. And he's like, yeah, I'm a superhero. I'm going to be an Avenger. And then he just walks off happily towards the apartment. And we see that the case is nothing to him. So, again, little subtle details here, chap. But then we cut 2 months later, not a single call from Tony Stark. Interesting, because the timeline for the MCU. So it's funny how you had Civil War. Black Panther takes place like a week after the events of Civil War. And then I guess Spider-Man Homecoming then happens. And then I guess Black Widow then happens probably sometime after Homecoming. I would guess. Yeah. So I think that's kind of like the timeline. So it's just kind of cool. I was just thinking that watching the movie again. It's like, oh yeah, Black Panther took place about like, a month and a half before the events of Homecoming. But Peter, he hasn't gotten a single word from Mr. Stark. He's sending his progress reports and everything to him. Oh, Happy is his handler at this point. So Happy, he sends all these things that he's been doing, and he's on the subway, he's on the train, and he's sending Happy a message like, hey Happy, really excited for the next mission, whenever it's gonna be. This is Peter Parker, by the way. Okay, bye. And he fucking sends the message. And we get this wonderful Johnny Hughes-esque opening segment where it's him walking from the train, going to school, chat. He's almost hit by a fucking car. Flash Thompson, chat, played by Tony Ravioli. Eugene Thompson, chat. He's like, better watch out, Penis Parker. And I really like how smarmy and dickish this Flash is. The thing is about this Flash, chat. Is he's not like the prototypical, like Joe Manganiello pretending to be like a teenager. Like, I'm going to fucking beat you up. He's like, I wouldn't want to fight me neither. Or the psychopath that we see in The Amazing Spider-Man. No, he's the kind of bully. He is a modern day bully. That's why I appreciate how modern this film feels, where he's the kind of bully where I'm going to get under your skin and just psychologically attack you. Like, he's the kind of guy who would leave like a shitty message on your Facebook or your social media to make you feel bad. He's that kind of bully, and I really like that change a lot. And Tony Ravioli, or Rivoli, I don't know how to say his name, chat, but I say it with the utmost respect. He is a really good Flash Thompson. He calls him Penis Parker like all the time. And I hope he brings it up in the new movie too. If he's in, I hope he must be in. He must be in it, Jeff. It fits at the times. It feels like a modern day version of Spider-Man, chat, for the late 20-teens, early 2020s. And I really like that. I thought that was cool. But he's walking to school, and we see all these kids and actors in the background, kids flying drones. There's that, I forget the actor. There is that one actor, that one Asian American actor you see in the background. Here it is, Kenneth Choi. I think that's his name, Kenneth Choi, who plays, I think, Jim Morita in Captain America: The First Avenger. He's one of the members of the Howling Commandos. So he plays, in this movie, the grandson of Jim Morita, Principal Morita, chat. And we actually see at one point in the film, when he's talking to Peter in the principal's office, after what was it? Well, I think when he's trying to sneak away, when he's trying to sneak out, he's like, I don't need fucking school anymore. I'm going to be an Avenger. He's like, get in my office. And we see in the back of the room a picture of his grandfather with Captain America and the other Howling Commandos. And so I was like, that's pretty cool that they brought him back. And they have that little connection. So again, this world just feels so lived in. It's really, really, but again, it's not the kind of thing where it's like, hey, Peter, did you know my grandfather served with Captain America? No, it's just there. And if they're not like emphasizing it, you'll just notice it. I think that's the kind of Easter egg shit I like. It's just a little background detail and just makes the world feel more lived in. So really, really fucking cool. I love that they had that. Really smart. But he's going to his locker and things. He opens his locker. People are making out around him. He's like, all right, whatever. And then, shall we hear little Papa Palpatine was like, Papa Palpatine, is this? Peter, are you excited to build my Lego Death Star? And we're introduced to the character of Ned Leeds, who is Genki, but they call him Ned in this movie. And Peter's like, whoa, Ned, you mean you got the 3,000-piece Lego Death Star set? 3,038 pieces, Peter. He's like, that's fucking awesome. And like, there's these girls that look at him like, you guys are fucking losers. And they are. And Ned's like, I figured after school we can go ahead and build it. We can start building it. And he goes, listen, Ned, I'm real sorry, but I got the Stark internship. He finishes for him. And he's like, you've been doing the Stark internship for the past 2 months. He's like, I know, Ned, I know, but it's like, it's really important, and I could potentially get a job after it. And he goes, yeah, I know. I mean, that is pretty good, right? Out of high school, too. And then you're going to be, going over spreadsheets, and I guess eventually they'll give you a gold coin. And Peter's like, looks at him like, I'm sorry, I don't know how jobs work. He's like, actually, that's pretty accurate. He goes, cool, I do know shit. But you know, it's just kind of hard right now, Ned. But Ned's not the kind of guy like, you betrayed me, Peter. I'm gonna be a villain in the next movie. He goes, I get it, dude. I fucking get it. We get busy schedules. I love that. I mean, he might be evil by the end of this movie. Who knows? No Way Home. But I love that Ned is super understanding, and their relationships feel so fucking authentic. That's what was missing for me between the relationship between Tom Maguire and James Franco in those movies. And fucking Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man doesn't even have a friend. Oh, and I guess in his Harry, Dane DeHaan's Harry, it's like those never felt grounded and real or understanding. Like, I love how these two interact with each other. Ned Hobgoblin variant? Ooh, that's not bad, King Cody. That's a possibility. D. Darkstar, thank you, Tobias. I do like Peter was taken down a peg when he thought he was above high school. So Tony had the right idea to humble him, but he also has the same problem of seeing petty crime as above him. True, he does. And look at all the people that could have been hurt. A lot of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people potentially because of the Vulture's crimes. And he is. The Vulture is selling this technology to all sorts of people around the world, as we see, who are definitely hurting and murdering other people. So it's awful. But they're distracted. Peter's distracted from the talk of the Lego Death Star because he sees a girl and he sees Liz Allen, chat, and he's got the hots for Liz Allen. I will say, I thought that something interesting is that clearly this Peter Parker, he likes the chocolate. He definitely has a type. He definitely has a type, chat. There's no question about it. It's become a running joke. Well, him and one other character I'll mention a little bit, they have something in common, chat. But he loves Liz Allen, and he loves his MJ, chat. Just like me, Caramel. He loves Caramel. Fair enough. Too late. You guys are losers. That's right. Oh, I love it. It's so funny. But he spots Liz Allen, chat, and she's putting up a new banner. Or no, she's like talking to someone. He's like, whoa, Liz is so hot. And fucking, you know, Ned's like, she'll never talk to you, dude. She's an upperclassman. She's a senior. And I think he's like a sophomore. I think he's supposed to be a sophomore in this movie. He goes, oh, man. After that, we cut to, like, Peter in a class. Flash tries to answer a question. He completely fucking flubs it. He's just showcasing how stupid he is. And Peter, like, the teacher calls on Peter, but he's distracted because he was watching a YouTube video of himself because he's a narcissistic teenager. And he's like, excuse me, sorry. She goes, Peter, are you still with us? He goes, yeah. And, like, the square root is 7. And she goes, correct, Peter. And Flash is like, I'll fucking kill you, dude. I'll kill you. And Peter's like, whoa. And, like, during other scenes, we see Peter, like, in chemistry class, like, making his web fluid. I was like, oh, it's so cool. And we see that in little sections of the school, he keeps, like, spare suits and, like, little caches. Like, underneath all these lockers, he has his whole Spider-Man cache of web fluid and, like, his spare underoos. I think is really, really cool. But eventually, we cut from that. Oh, and we also see the student reporter segments are great with a very young Betty Brant, where they're always talking about like what's going on in the MCU, and it has that like really cheap like green screen that's going in and out, and the dialogue's all stilted. That is also really, really funny. Eventually, I think that they're all. Yeah, that's right. Peter and Ned, they're in lunch, and they're watching Liz Allen. They're just lustfully watching her put up a banner in the lunchroom talking about Homecoming, which is coming up. And Peter's like, hey, Ned, is that a new skirt? He goes, nah, man, she wore that like 3 weeks ago. She doesn't like to wear things, you know, on a weekly basis. She likes to surprise us. He goes, that's pretty hot. And then MJ's like, you guys are losers. And we see Zendaya, Chad. Zendaya makes her debut as Michelle, not yet MJ, Chad. All right, only her friends call her MJ. But she's sitting there, and they go, well, why are you sitting with us at lunch? She's because I don't have any friends. And they're like, okay, fair enough. After that, he's like, I gotta go ahead and, he has to do his training for the decathlon, chat, the academic decathlon, doing facts and shit. And we see all the students up there, and they're answering questions and everything. And, Peter is telling, like, Martin Starr, which, funny enough, Martin Starr, this is not his only MCU appearance, chat. His character is the same one that we see in The Incredible Hulk, except when he was in college. Now he's a teacher at Midtown High. Again, still really fucking cool. I really dig that. And Peter's telling him, like, listen, I'm sorry, Mr. Starr, but I got the Stark internship, and I never know when Tony's going to need me. And he's like, but Peter, you promised us that you'd participate in this. And fucking, you know, we hear Flash say, it's like, yeah, man, listen, you aren't fucking hanging out with Tony Stark. And he's making fun of him. Everyone's bullying him and stuff. And it's like, well, then they ignore him after. It's like, they're like, shut up, Flash, shut up. And then Martin Starr's like, Peter, like, we really appreciate if you can join us for this. It's very important, and we would all appreciate it, won't we, guys? And we're like, yeah, I guess so. And then MJ brings up, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're leaving the decathlon, but you also left band and also chess club 3 weeks ago. And they all look at her, and she goes, what? I'm not, like, obsessed with him. I'm just very observant. She is obsessed with him, chap. She is obsessed with him. He's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Starr, but I really got to take care of this. It's really important. And he's like, okay, whatever you say, Peter. But then it's the end of school day. He is so excited to get out, chat. When it hits 2:30, he just zips out of there like a fucking bullet. But first and foremost, he needs to get a sandwich. And he goes to his favorite bodega, chat. Del Mar's Bodega. They make excellent sandwich. They smush it and they put extra, and he wants extra pickles. He goes to Mr. Del. He's like, hi, Mr. Delmar. I would like gummy worms. He's a fucking child. I want gummy worms. He goes, here is the sour gummy worms you like, Peter. Thank you. Also, can you smush it down really flat and put extra pickles on it? And he's like, of course, Peter, anything for you. And then eventually the one guy, that's right, Mr. Delmar, goes, so Peter, how's your aunt doing? He's like, she's okay. Then he's talking to his other guy in Spanish making the sandwich. He's like, oh, yeah, this guy's aunt right here, she's so fucking hot. She's like a hot Italian lady. And then Peter talks to him in Spanish. He goes, hey, how's your daughter going? Does she have a boyfriend? And he's like, $10 for the sandwich, Peter. He's like, I'm joking. He's like, $10. He's like, $5. $5 for the sandwich, and I won't ask your daughter out for a date. He goes, fair enough, Peter, fair. Gives them money. And Mr. Delmar asks him, so how's school going, Peter? He's like, boring, shouldn't be there, want to do other things. He's like, nah, kid, stay in school. Or you end up working here. And he goes, what are you talking about? This is the best place in the city. It has the best fucking sandwiches. I love that there's a callback to Del Mar's Bodega later on in the movie, chat. So funny. But he rushes out of there, chat. He munches on that fucking sandwich, and we see him in an alleyway, and we see him remove the Spider-Man outfit, and he puts it on. It's all super baggy. It's like, well, why does it look that way? And when he's walking, chat, it's like all flopping. He's like waddling around. He attaches his backpack to a dumpster via his webbing, and he hits the spider on his chest, and it all like gets nice and tight on his body. It's like, oh, that's how it works. And we see like him looking to the eyes, and I love, chat. This is a really cool detail. One of the things that always bothered me about the previous Spider-Man films is that the mask was just so stagnant. It didn't move. There's no articulation in anything. I love how they made his eyes move. And where he's like, when he's like thinking about something, his eyes get squinty. When he's surprised, they get really big. There's so much emotion in his face. And so that is so cool to me. I really appreciate that. He webs it up, and you also see on his little web shooter, you see like a little screen, and it has the percentage of the web fluid that is in his web shooter. So it's like, that's a really cool additional detail. That's so neat. But then we get one of my favorite segments in the movie where he is swinging around New York City, around Queens, stopping all sorts of like, small crimes or just helping people. Friendly neighborhood shit, chat. I loved it. They really did make Queens a true character in this movie. And they have that wonderful music playing around. He stops like a bicycle thief, and he's like, is this anyone's bike? Hello? Like, no one pays attention to him. And he leaves a note, is like, don't take this bike unless it is your bike, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I got to make that shorter. But he swings off. He helps an old lady cross the street, and she buys him a churro, chat. There's one point where he's like standing up on this building, and this one guy on the ground goes, hey, are you that spider guy? He's like, call me Spider-Man. He's like, all right, Spider-Man, do a flip. And he does it. He goes, yeah. It's so true. He fucking does the flip. Oh, I love it. And then we cut to where he seems to be stopping a potential car thief, Chad. He goes, hey, stealing's wrong. You shouldn't do that. He's like, it's my fucking car, you jerk. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then the car fucking alarm is going off, and people are going out their windows. They're like, hey, keep that shit down. What are you doing? That's his fucking car. He lost his keys. Give the guy a break. And so everyone's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And they're all yelling at him. And we have Stanley. Stanley's like, don't make me come down there and kick your fucking ass, man. And then we see this one old woman's like, Gary, how you doing? He goes, oh, Gloria, pleasure to see you. How's your mother? Excelsior. And then we got to all these other little montages, like Peter playing with his webbing and like walking a tightrope. And then the segment ends perfectly where he fucks up a web swing. And I'm like, I love that. Where we get this wide shot where he's like, woohoo! Bah! And he lands on the ground. He's like, I'm okay. It's like perfect. Because he's growing into his powers. He doesn't even have a spider sense in this movie. I think we're going to see as time goes along, he's going to get more of his powers, chat. Well, they're going to continue to evolve. He's still a kid. He's going through the change, chat. Going through the change. But after that, chat, he, it's like later in the evening, and he's on the phone with Happy. He's giving his progress report. Or Happy's not even, like, answering. It's a messaging machine. He goes, hi, Happy. It's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, in case you don't know. Just want to tell you about stuff. So I stopped a bicycle thief, and I helped an old lady across the street, and she bought me a churro. That's pretty cool. Anyway, if you need me or if Mr. Stark needs me, my number, obviously, I'm talking to you via my phone, and which is I'm going to go, bye. he fucking closes the phone, and he sees, all the way down there, he sees near the bodegas, and near the ATMs, these guys in masks dressed up as the Avengers, chat. Looks like they're robbing the ATMs. Spider-Man's like, whoa, what's going on? And so he swings down there, chat. We cut to the robbers, and they have this like weird advanced technology. I don't know what it is. It's like a sci-fi plunger, if you will. It's like, what if you put neon and laser bolts on a plunger? That's what it is. Sci-fi laser bolt plunger. And they're sucking out all the money from the ATMs. They're like, can you fucking believe it that it's this fucking easy? We're gonna go hit another 5 places after this. And then Spider-Man walks in. He's like, I don't know what to do. And he kind of like leans on like a table. And it's like, hey guys. And they're like, whoa. And he goes, hey. But then he gets his confidence. Because at first he's like super unsure of himself. But then we see that classic Spider-Man. He comes alive. He's like, oh, this is a comedic bit I can do. And he's like, hey, aren't you guys the Avengers? And he webs himself up on the wall, and he starts taking them all. It's like, oh, Thor, Hall, great to see you. Haven't met yet. Thor, I thought he'd be a little prettier in person. Webs them. Cap, this is round 2, isn't it? Tony Stark, what do you do robbing a bank? You're a billionaire. And when he jumps at the last guy, the guy uses the super plunger, neon plunger on him. He goes, whoa, this feels so weird. And he's falling in the air, and he like shoots him over across the room. And he's like, what the fuck is that? What is that? And he tries to web it and everything, but this causes the beam to go haywire. It's like hitting all sorts of the ATMs and the walls and the windows. And we see Mr. Delmar, who is on the phone with the police. He goes, yes, 911. So I see Spider-Man fighting the Avengers in an ATM. But then we cut back to Peter, and the beam goes, and it hits Delmar's bodega, and causes a massive fire. And Peter's like, Mr. Delmar, oh no! And the bad guys, they run off. And Peter, he's not chasing the bad guys. So he's got to save Mr. Delmar. He jumps in. He's like, Mr. Delmar, are you okay? And he takes Mr. Delmar out, and he has the bodega cat. They say, I forgot to mention the bodega cat, Shady. He gives the bodega cat some head pats, and he also saves the bodega cat. And he sees the robbers have gotten away, but he checks on Mr. Dillman. He's like, are you okay, Mr. Dillman? He's like, I'm okay. He's like, that man's having a heart attack. We then cut from that, and Peter is sneaking back home after a long day of Spider-Manning, chat. He goes through his bedroom window, crawls on the wall, takes his mask off, throws it on the floor, sees that Aunt May is cooking in the kitchen. She's making some turkey meatloaf, chat, and she's not doing it well, I would say. That shit is burning, chat. It's burning to half. But he closes the door silently. Whoop. And then finally jumps back on the ground, and we cut behind him, and it's fucking Ned just sitting in the bed. Like, he turns around, he's like, Peter? Peter's like, oh, and Ned drops the Death Star. He drops the Lego Death Star. He's like, you're Spider-Man from YouTube. He's like, no, I'm not. He tries to take the suit off. He's completely naked, chat. Tom Holland looking good. looking good. He's worked out. And he's only in his boxers. He's like, I just saw you crawling on the ceiling. He's like, no, you didn't. He's like, you're Spider-Man. He's like, okay, I'm Spider-Man then. But you got to keep it quiet. Aunt May's in the kitchen because she heard the Death Star like fall apart. She goes, what's going on in there, Ned? Are you and Peter fucking each other? I knew you liked each other. And he's like, no, Aunt May, everything's fine. We're not fucking. And it's like, oh my God, you're Spider-Man. How is this possible? He's like, it's very complicated. And then Aunt May walks in. He's like, that turkey meatloaf is not working. How about Thai food? Ned, would you like to join us? And he's like, yes. And Peter's like, no, he's busy. He's busy with some stuff. He's got a lot of stuff to do. And she goes, okay, Peter, I would put on some clothes. You're naked. And then she leaves. I love that Chris can't animate alone. That's what she is, Edgy Berserker. Good to see you, by the way. She walks out, and I will say, she's looking hot, Chad. Even with that voice, I'm like, yeah, yes, sir. And he's like, listen, Ned, I'll tell you more tomorrow, okay? You just can't tell anyone. And Ned's a fucking bro. Ned's a fucking bro. He's like, oh, but this is like the most amazing thing that ever happened to me, Peter. And you know I'm not good at keeping secrets. I've never been able to keep secrets. He's like, listen, I'm doing it for Aunt May. I mean, everything. And listen, this is what I'm talking about. People say they don't mention Uncle Ben, yada, 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 yada. They mention him subtly. They mention him subtly because he's like, after everything, like, we can't Aunt May, because that's what Ned, does Aunt May know? And she goes, no. He's like, well, fucking, shouldn't we tell her? He goes, I don't want to tell her because she'll worry, and everything that she's gone through recently, I can't do that. He's obviously talking about Uncle Ben, chat, and I really like the subtlety of that, because you even see, and Ned's reaction, when he looks at the floor, he goes, yeah, you're right. I love that. And they don't have to fucking say, my Uncle Ben who got shot and great power, great responsibility. It's like, no, it was so subtle, and I loved it. And he goes, okay, I understand. But he starts like asking all these questions. He's like, oh, but what about the Stark internship? He's like, Ned, this is the Stark internship. Oh! And then eventually he leaves. And then we cut to Peter and Aunt May, and they're in the Thai restaurant. She's like, Peter, why aren't you eating your larb, Peter? I know you love your larb. Why aren't you eating it, Peter? I larb you. How many times do I have to say larb so you can talk to me? And he's like, Aunt May, I'm sorry. I've just been really busy with the Stark internship. And she's like, that Tony Stark. Now you know that we had a very passionate night, Peter. I know, Aunt May. I know. He loved me, Peter. I have not been loved in some time. I know. You don't have to tell me again. Oh, it was so good, Peter. But he hasn't called me since. And I don't like him anymore, Peter. I don't like how he's putting you through all these stressful scenarios. You're a young boy, and you're going through the changes. He's like, I know, Aunt May, I know. It's just, I got a lot going on at school, and, I'm handling it, though. He's like, well, if you need me to call him, I will. I'll call him. And then we cut. I still have his phone number, Peter. Yeah, of course, you goddamn right she does. And then we cut to the TV. They're watching, and it's about the robbery that happened. And it's like, and the reporter's going, it's like, New York's own friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And it cuts to like Spider-Man walking out of a porta potty, just like, his feet are covered in shit. He's got a toilet. He's like, oh God. And he's like, why did I have to use that picture? Fought a number of robbers using some kind of advanced neon plunger technology. And Aunt May looks at it and she goes, now, Peter, if you see something like that in public, you run away. I can't have anything happen to you, Peter. And then he's like, I know, Aunt May, don't worry. I'll do that. I'll do just that. And then this waiter comes over, and he has this like rice dessert dish, and he puts it on their table, and she's like, "Oh, we didn't order that, sir." And he's like, "No, it's on the house." And she, and then he just walks away. She's like, "Oh, he's very nice, Peter." And he's like, "Yeah, I think he larbs you." "Oh, I'm still voluptuous." And then we cut. We cut from hot Aunt May. And she is voluptuous. Well, Ben, okay, that's the payment. That's what they got to pay, chat. It's on the house. We then cut from that. I think at one point, Peter, he does call Happy about the robbery. And Happy is currently getting all of the material and technology out of Avengers Tower, bigger Stark Tower, because Tony sold it because they're moving all the facility stuff up north in upstate New York. And so we still don't know, Chad. We still don't know who bought Avengers Tower, who bought Stark Tower in New York. A lot of people are theorizing it's going to be the Baxter Building. Other people are saying it's going to be Oscorp. Very curious what it's going to eventually be, Chad. I would prefer either. I think both would be really neat, chat. We also see the little cameo of the derpy arm from Iron Man 1 in the whole trilogy, the whole Iron Man trilogy. The derpy arm, he's moving things. And Happy's like, if you fucking break that, that's worth more than you and me combined. So don't do it. So I'm glad to see that derpy arm is still getting a lot of respect, chat. So he made his little cameo. But Happy's like, listen, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. We'll look into it. Okay, just keep doing your thing. But he's like, well, what if I call you? What if I keep seeing these guys? Shouldn't I call you back? He goes, no, it's okay. We'll call you. Okay, we'll call you. Okay, I'll call you back, Happy. He goes, please don't. Peter, don't. Oh, Jesus, don't call me. Eventually, we move from the call and hot Aunt May, and it's the next day. And Peter and Ned are walking to school, and Ned has all these questions. And he's just asking him constantly. Is like, so do you lay eggs? He goes, no, I don't lay eggs at all, no. And then he sees the bodega. He's like, oh, my God, well, you could have died, Peter. That would have been really dangerous. He goes, well, I mean, I'm going to be doing this kind of, Spider-Man stuff for the Avengers, obviously. And Ned's like, are you an Avenger? He goes, I mean, yeah, technically I am. He's like, that's so cool. And throughout the entire day, he keeps asking questions. And in the background, we see all these little details. They're in a class, and it's a history class, and they're talking about the Sokovia Accords and how they're affecting the superhero community. It's like, that's a really neat detail. And eventually, we're in gym class, and they're like all sitting up there. We see, what's his name? The comedian. Oh, I forgot his name. God damn it, Peter. You forgot his name. Hannibal Buress. Hannibal Buress is there. He's the gym teacher, and he's like, "All right, children, we're gonna watch a video." And this is so cool. We have Chris Evans cameoing as Captain America, but in his OG Avengers outfit. That one looks like a Halloween costume. And he's like, hello, kids, and welcome to the Captain America Fitness Challenge. You and your gym teacher, he points over here, the gym teacher's on the complete opposite side of the screen. He's going to give you all the details that you need to be physically fit. Go at him, coach. And Hannibal Buress is like, I'm pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but it's mandated by the state that we watch this. So anyway, even Ned asks Peter, is like, hey, did you ever meet Captain America? I met him really briefly, though. We didn't have time to talk. I stole his shield, though. He's like, whoa, that's cool. And then they're doing, sit-ups and things, and Ned is still asking question after question after question. And Peter's got good fucking form on those crunches, chat. Even Hannibal Buress comments on it, and he's like, good fucking form, Peter. And you see that Peter realizes he's been doing it so fast, because, sit-ups are nothing to him. And he starts to slow down. Looks like he's struggling, because he's so concerned about his identity getting out there, even though, well, we know what happens. And eventually we hear such a typical teenage conversation. We hear a marry, fuck, kill conversation. They don't say fuck, they say F, because this is PG-13. They could have said fuck once, though. Could have been the one opportunity they could have said fuck, Chad, maybe even twice. We have a whole marry, fuck, kill conversation with Liz Allen and Betty Brant, and I think maybe some of the other girls as well. And you have Betty, it's like someone asked her, it's like, okay, who, marry, fuck, kill? Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk. And Betty Brant's like, I would F Captain America, kill Hulk, and marry Iron Man. And they're like, well, what about Spider-Man? And Liz is like, oh, I think Spider-Man is really cute. I would definitely want to F him and then marry him. And it's like, how do you know what he looks like under that mask? He'd be like all scarred up and gross. She goes, I can just tell. He doesn't look, I don't think he's scarred up and gross. I think he's like really cute and stuff. And like, ooh, Liz Allen has a crush on Spider-Man. And Ned's like, Peter, no Spider-Man. Everyone just shuts up. Like the whole gymnasium is like, wait, what? And then we hear Flash, and he's like, there is no way Penis Parker knows Spider-Man. And Peter's like, I know him through the Stark internship. And they're like, really, Peter? You know Spider-Man? He goes, yeah, we talk all the time. And, fucking Flash is like, all right, well, why don't you go ahead and invite him to Liz's party? How about that? And Liz is like, Flash, leave him alone. He's like, no, he's a big boy. He can do it. And Peter's like, yeah, I could totally do that. I could totally, like, have Spider-Man come to your party, if you want me at that party. She's like, oh my God, yeah, I want you and definitely Ned can come to the party. And you can bring Spider-Man. That'd be awesome, Peter. And he's like, yeah, it's a date. I mean, not like a date, but like a date where we've mutually agreed where I would come with my friend Spider-Man and Ned. She's like, okay, that sounds awesome. And then he walks up to Ned. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm horny and dumb, and you know I can't help myself. It's so good. Darkseid, with my 2 minis, I'd kill Ned and bury the body for everybody. He should have killed him. He's like, you brought me. It all started with Ned, chat. If he had just killed Ned that night, none of this would have happened. All these other problems would have just never occurred. The events of No Way Home and Mysterio, all that shit, he just could have lived on, chat, in his peaceful little friendly neighborhood Spider-Man life. Sigh, SMRT. Not so smart. And he's like, oh Jesus, this is not gonna work out. He's like, Ned's like, just chill. Listen, just show up in the spider costume, like for a couple minutes, and everyone will dig it, do a few tricks, and it'll be fun. Because Peter, like, we're fucking losers, man. We're losers. We can't go through high school this way forever. This is our like one opportunity to be like really cool and have people like respect us until eventually when we're in college, it doesn't matter anymore. But let me live this life, Peter. Let me live this narcissistic life. And he's like, all right. And then we get another little detail that I really appreciate in this movie, where we cut Peter, he puts on, he has the Spider-Man costume underneath, which he always does in the comics, I think is funny, and he wears this shirt, and then Aunt May drives him and Ned to Liz Allen's house. And I love that because, of course, because they can't drive. I think he doesn't have his license yet. And neither does Ned, and Aunt May definitely wouldn't trust him to drive to a new neighborhood. It's just, it just makes it makes it so much more believable. It's like, oh yeah, they're still kids. They still don't know it. That felt really real to me. And so she pulls up to Liz's house. Very wonderful house, Chad. I mean, a lot of windows. And she's like, oh, the suburbs, Peter. I haven't been here in a long time. And he goes, well, thank you, Aunt May, for driving us. She's like, now wait, Peter. You need to be very responsible. Now have fun, but you need to be responsible for me. He's like, I will, Aunt May, I got it. It's like you're going through changes, Peter. Your body is flowering just like mine did all those years ago. He's like, Aunt May, I don't need to hear this. Please. And she goes to Ned. She's like, I don't know why he acts this way. He's so touchy, Ned. And he goes, I know. I'll watch over him, Aunt May. And she goes, I know you will, Ned. You're my favorite of my Peter's friends. I love that hat on you. He goes, thank you. It brings out my confidence. And she goes, all right, boys, go have fun. And so she pulls out. She pulls out. And they go up to the party. And they enter the door and everything. And they're all super awkward because they're like, we've never been to a party before. And then Liz Allen, or no, it's not Liz Allen, because they're like, oh, this is so weird, Peter, like, what do we do? He's like, I don't know, man, I don't know. And we hear Flash is the fucking DJ, well, wooka, 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 all that shit, I love it. And then we see, they see MJ at the party, or Michelle, and they're like, why are you guys even here? And they're like, why are you here? And she's like, am I here? And she eats some toast and just walks away. And they're like, what the fuck is going on with her? She's so weird. She's stalking Peter Parker, Chad, okay? She wants the Spider-Man D. But then Liz walks up. She's like, oh my God, guys, you're like hearing stuff. And he goes, yeah, Liz, it's really cool to see you. And she goes like, yeah, is your friend Spider-Man gonna show up? He goes, yeah, oh yeah. She's like, listen, it's okay if he doesn't. It's totally fine. I'm just really glad you're here. He goes, yeah, it's super cool that you invited us. You have a really nice house, lots of windows. And she goes, yeah. And then we hear like something crash in the background. She's like, oh my God, if anything breaks, my parents are going to kill me, okay? So just like there's plenty of punch, and there's pizza, and there's chips everywhere. You got Doritos, and we got Cool Ranch Doritos. I love Cool Ranch Doritos. You love Cool Ranch Doritos, Peter? He goes, I love Cool Ranch, Liz. He's like, great, there's plenty. I'll be right back, bye. And so she goes, and then Flash is like, hey, yo, Penis Parker. And he's like, ooh, I'll get you, Flash. He's like, Ned, I'll be right back. And that's like, should we have like a hand signal when you come in, when you web in, and we have like a cool handshake? Or so he's like, I'll do it. I'll do it my own. And then he cuts outside. And he takes out the office clothes, has a Spider-Man outfit on. And he's like, it's so stupid. I shouldn't be doing this. It's like, oh my, Spider-Man isn't like a party trick, Jesus. And then we see off in the distance a huge fucking blue explosion. And he's like, God damn it, with great power comes great responsibility. And he swings off, or at least he attempts to, chat, because, and this is so funny, he's in the suburbs, and he has nothing to swing onto. Like, at one point, he swings to, shit, he ends up on a golf course, like, he shoots out his web at a golf course, and there's nothing but air, and he's like, oh, man, he just starts running, and all the sprinklers come on, he's like, really? Eventually, we cut, and he's under a bridge, and we see this weapons deal going on, chat, and we see Shocker and Shocker 2, and they're trying to sell some technology, chat, some weapons to Donald Glover, who was playing Aaron Davis, chat, who will soon be the Prowler. I thought this was so cool because, that whole kerfuffle happened where people wanted Donald Glover to be Spider-Man when they were before even the Amazing Spider movies came out, but then everyone freaked out because he's a black man, and they didn't want that, and that created Miles Morales. A lot of that came from got moved over to Miles Morales, Robert Mendes, and now we see Donald Glover as Aaron Davis potentially coming back as that character in a future Spider-Man movie, in a future live-action Miles Morales movie, chat. So fucking cool how all that history is intertwined. And he's great. He's a small world, but he's really good. He has a great line where the Shocker is like using this giant Chitauri. Or no, it's an Ultron arm. They've taken one of the Ultron drone arms and turned it into a rifle. And he shoots it. And he's like, so how about this thing here? And fucking Donald Glover's like, listen, I just want to stick someone up. I don't want to blow them back in time. Which is really funny. And he's like, all right, we got some other subtle things in here. We got Chitauri blasters. We got Hydra bombs, grenades. We got some anti-gravity climbers. And he's like, what about those anti-gravity climbers? Because it's the Prowler chase. Going to use it for burglarizing things, robbing people and stuff. But then Spider-Man, he jumps down, and he's like, hey, guys, you shouldn't be selling firearms in a neighborhood. That's illegal. And it's like, you, Donald Glover, you betrayed us. He's like, no, it wasn't me. And he's like, and Spider-Man's like, whoa, don't shoot that guy. If you're going to point your guns at someone, point them at me. And Aaron Davis is like, thank you. I'll remember that later on in the movie. And he fucking runs away, and Spider-Man chases after. We get a wonderful chase sequence of Spider-Man chasing after the Shockers, chat. Shocker 1 and Shocker 2. And they're going in the suburban neighborhood. There you have Shocker 1 shooting out of the back of this pedophile van, chat, trying to nail Spider-Man. Eventually does get him off of it, but Peter keeps ripping off parts of the vehicle at this point. And Bokeem Woodbine's like, I'm gonna call him. He's like, don't fucking call him, okay? He's gonna be pissed. He's like, I'm calling the Vulture. And we cut and we see the Tinkerer. He's working on some stuff, but he sees that Adrian Toombs's, or I guess we don't know his name, but yeah, Adrian Toombs's phone is ringing. He picks it up. He's like, Adrian's phone. He hears all the explosions. He's like, Adrian, it's for you. Adrian's like working on some stuff. He's like, shit, the Vulture's gonna arrive, Chad. But then we cut. Spider-Man loses track of the van, but he still hears it. And we get this wonderful Ferris Bueller-esque segment where he's jumping and web swinging through people's various backyards. He crashes into a shed. In one scene, he accidentally interrupts a ping pong game, and like a dog is like jumping on him because he's so happy to see him. He's like, "Hey, want the ball, boy? Go get the ball." The dog chases after the web ball, which it most certainly choked to death on. There's no question, chat. We see one scene where we actually see Ferris Bueller being played while like a family barbecue, and he even says, "Oh, that's a great movie," and he like hits a fucking chimney and he falls into the next yard, like right in front of these two little girls who are having like a sleepover, like a camping sleepover. He looks up and his eyes are going. He's like, "Oh, hi, how you guys doing?" And they go, "Ah!" And they fucking scream. He's like, "Oh!" I love it. It's so good. Eventually catches up to them, but he's like right on top of the car. He's like, "Hey guys, you shouldn't be here." And then the vulture comes down on him, like not in a sexual way. Vulture comes down on him, Chad, and just lifts him up into the air. He's like, "Ah!" He's just freaking out, and we see like the suit, like all of it in the first time, in the helmet and everything. He's like, "Oh!" And then we see this thing blinking on the back of his Spider-Man's back symbol, and this parachute just shoots out, and it sucks him down, and the Vulture's like, "All right, well, I guess he's fucking dead." He goes all the way down, he falls in the parachute, gets tangled up in the sheet and the strings, until he eventually lands into, I guess, one of the New York rivers, and he's like, starts fucking drowning, and it's like, oh shit, and his heart monitor starts going off, and then we cut, and we see the body of water just silent, and we see this thing shooting to the water, and we cut, and Spider-Man's like in the arms of somebody. He's like, who, and it's Iron Man, Chad. It's Iron Man, and he's just rescued Spider-Man, and we see that. We cut, and they're on like this like gymnasium, and Peter's like, "So I was at a party, Mr. Stark, and then the guys, they were selling weapons, and then this Vulture guy came down," and Mr. Stark's like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, wow, okay, that's cool. And it's like, Mr. Stark, is everything okay?" He goes, yeah, no, everything's good, yeah. Also, I put a heater in there. I put a heater in that suit. He goes, "Oh, that's really warm, Mr. Stark. Really appreciate you being here for me." And Mr. Stark's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not here." And the fucking helmet of the suit opens up, and it's being autopiloted. And he goes, "What?" And Tony's like somewhere in India. And he's like, "Listen, I'm doing like a benefit, charity work. You know how it is. He's like, "I don't know how it is, Mr. Stark." He's like, "Yeah, whatever. Well, listen, we'll take care of this Vulture guy. We'll take care of this weapon dealing. It's no big deal." He's like, "Oh, so the Avengers are gonna take care of it? Well, this is a little below our pay grade, but we'll work on it. Don't you worry about it, okay? I mean, go ahead and keep doing your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man things. I mean, the lady, the body, the churro, I mean, that was so wholesome." But he's like, "Mr. Stark, I could really use your help. I mean, I can prove myself." And he's like, "Peter, I think now's the time where you should be thinking about college. I got some pull at MIT if you want." He's like, "Oh, well, I don't really want to go to college, Mr. Stark. I want to be an Avenger." And he's like, "That's great, kid. Listen, I'll catch you later." And then Tony like turns off his Wi-Fi signal, and then Friday, who's upon this in the suit, stands like, "Mr. Stark is no longer in control," and like, yeah, he's not in any capacity, and she shoots off. He's like, "God damn it!" Eventually, he's like going back to the party, and he gets a call from Ned, and he's like, "Listen, Ned, I'm sorry, there's this thing that came up." He's like, "Don't worry about it, Peter. I think it's probably best that you don't come back." And he goes, "Why, Ned?" And he holds up the phone, and Flash is going, "When I say Parker, when I say penis, you say Parker. Penis, Parker, penis, Parker." It's so good. Darkseid activities. That was kind of shitty for Tony to say that, unless it's a world-ending event. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about the little guy, man. He doesn't care about the little guy. I think it's above his pay grade, which is fucking substantial when you think about it. He's like, "Oh man," but while he's walking away, Chad, he runs into like one of the parts from the weapons, and he sees a glowy alien Chitauri booper. It's like, "What's that booper in there?" And he takes it out. He's like, "Oh wow, I gotta show Ned this tomorrow." After that, we cut back to Toombs' secret lair, where he arrives in his full Vulture gear. He walks out. He's fucking pissed, throws his helmet on the ground. He's like, idiots. The Shockers show up, and the Shocker One's like, "Whoa, we fucking did it, man. Wasn't that awesome?" And Adrian's like, "Listen, I told you we got to be careful selling this stuff, okay? We got to go under the radar, okay? Because if fucking Damage Control or the Avengers gets wind of us, we're fucking through, all right? And Shocker's like, yeah, whatever. And he walks up, he's like, listen, man, Shocker, even he said, this is a great line here, where he's like, where Shocker's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, listen, I know you think you're all your big stuff. You know, you're calling yourself the Shocker. I'm the Shocker. I shock stuff. Great. But I have a family, okay? We all have families, all right? We're just trying to support each other. And he goes, yeah, okay. All right. Bro, vroom, vroom, family. And Adrian's like, you know what? I don't fucking need pieces of shit like you. Get out of here. You're done. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're done. You're fucking through. He's like, oh, yeah? I'm done? Can you afford to have me on the street knowing what I fucking know? And he walks away. He's like, what the hell are you saying? He's like, I don't know, man. I got a big fucking mouth. I might be talking. I might be sprecking my sprek to somebody. And he goes, you're going to be sprecking your sprek, huh? And he goes up to Phineas, he goes to the Tinker and he goes, does that thing work? And he goes like, I don't know. And he grabs it and he shoots the Shocker, goes, wah! And he turns to dust. They're like, whoa. And even Shocker 2 is like, Bokeem Woodbine's like, damn. And Adrian goes back to Tinker. He's like, I thought this was the anti-gravity gun. He's like, no, it's that one. Ooh. And he walks over to the ash pile that was Shocker 1. He grabs his shotgun and he goes, all right, Shocker 2, you're Shocker 1. And Bokeem Woodbine's like, cool. He's like, it's not cool. It's not cool. The next day, we see that Peter and Ned are examining the Booper. And they find out that clearly this is some type of Chitauri tech, or these guys are clearly using weapons from old Avengers battles or certain, superhero battles around the world. And this is how they're creating all this stuff. And they're like, well, we will, Ned's like, we probably should give this like to Mr. Stark or something, the Avengers. And Spider's like, no, I gotta handle this. We can do this ourselves. I can prove myself. I can prove myself to them by stopping these robbers. It'll be great. He goes like, well, how do you know where they even are? He's like, I don't know that yet. And as they're walking down the hallway, fucking Bokeem Woodbine and this rat fuck looking guy are walking down the same hallway. They go, oh shit, Ned. And like Peter like immediately jumps to like the side of this wall, and Ned's just kind of standing out in the hallway like, I don't know what I'm doing. So Ned's like, come on. He's like, oh shit. And he kind of comes over and he's like, those are the guys I was talking to. He's like, those are the guys that are like selling weapons and the Vulture dude. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, listen, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what they're looking for. And then we have like, they're right in front of the chess club, and the chess clubs are like, what are you guys doing? He goes, nothing. What are you doing? He's like, chess. He's like, I love chess. And eventually we see Bokeem Woodbine and the rat-looking guy. And they're like, they have this scanner because they're able to track the energy signal, apparently. And they're like, okay, well, the fucking Chitauri Booper was definitely here earlier. There's no question about it, but it's not here now. And the guy's like, I hate fucking going to school. And Peter's watching him. But then Bokeem Woodbine turns around really fast. And he's like, ooh. And Peter, like, he hides. And Bokeem Woodbine, he's like, starts walking around, he's looking up, and he's like, whatever. And he continues on his way, but Peter's underneath one of the workshop tables, and he shoots out a little web tracer chat that crawls up the leg, and it inserts itself in Bokeem Woodbine's pain chat, where it will remain for several days. It's like, so they have a timetable chat, and that thing will only stay up there so long. Eventually, after that scene, we cut, and Ned and Peter are in his room, and they're just tracking these guys. And first they're like, okay, they're in Brooklyn, then they're in Staten Island, and they're in New Jersey, and then eventually they get to Maryland. Like, Ned wakes up because they've been up for hours, and he's wearing the Spider-Man mask and says, like, it's pretty cool. They're just hanging out and goofing off. And it's like, Peter's like, fucking Maryland? That's where their evil lair is? He's like, yeah, man, but, I mean, how are you going to get to their evil lair? It's 300 miles away. You're just a kid. He's like, well, and we cut chat because it's the day of the decathlon, and Peter's like, I'm going to rejoin the team, and Maryland's, that's not too far away from D.C. That's perfect. It's just a hop and a skip, no problem at all. But Flash is like, you can't come back. We're not welcoming you back. You fucking gave up. And Martin Starr's like, welcome back, Peter. He's like, you're okay, Flash. You're no longer have Peter's spot. You're out. You're first alter. He's like, oh man. Everyone's super happy that Peter is going to be going on the trip, including Liz and MJ, or Michelle, as we know. And they're on the bus, and they're doing their practice for the academic decathlon. Liz is like, really happy to have you back, Peter. It was so like nice having you at my party, even though you were like barely there. He goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I got really busy. She's like, no problem, it's okay. But then he gets a little ring-a-ding-ding on his phone. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I need to take this. She goes like, no problem, no problem. And he goes and back. And it's Happy, and Happy's like, hey, so I noticed that you're not in New York. Where are you going? And he's like, oh, that's right, the tracer. You can track me. And Ned's like, well, it's like, that's fucked up. And Ned's like, well, what about this? And he's like, that's not the same. He's like, what's not the same? He's like, oh, nothing, Happy. Listen, no, it's for academic decathlon and just a school trip. He goes, well, okay, then. You let me know if anything's going on, though, Peter, right? He goes, of course, Happy, of course. And he hangs up. Later that afternoon, they're in the hotel room, and Peter's like, okay, we got to get rid of this tracer that is in my suit. And Ned's like, well, I mean, it's probably there for a specific reason, though, Peter. I mean, it's probably for your training, Avenger training. But he's like, but I don't want to be treated like a kid anymore. Like, they literally have him. Mr. Stark thinks I'm a kid. I don't want to be treated like I'm a kid anymore. And he literally like jumps on the bed and does like, fucking love it. And Ned's like, all right, but it takes a lot to be a superhero. He's like, Ned, just remove it, man, just remove it. And they remove the tracer, and Ned's like, well, listen, other than a tracer, I noticed that there's like a lot of subsystems to your suit, and there's this specific protocol called the training wheels protocol. He's like, what do you mean training wheels? And it's like this thing where it'll turn off once Peter hits these certain tiers, where he does these certain actions, basically proving himself to be an Avenger, chat. And he's, well, I don't need that training protocol. Just turn that off. And Ned's like, are you sure? It could be illegal. And he's like, Ned, listen to me, man. You could be my guy in the chair. You could be the guy in the chair, Ned. You could do everything for me. And he's like, well, that would be like kind of cool. He's like, come on, Ned, guy in the chair. He's like, all right, turns it off. And so, chat, all the amazing little treats are inside this suit. And Peter's like, okay, so I'm going to go. And he also puts the tracer on a lamp. He's like, Happy, enjoy tracking this lamp. Boom, puts it up there. And he's like, okay, I'm going to leave right now. I'm going to stop the bad guys, contact Mr. Stark. It'll be great. And I'll be back in time for the decathlon. So he exits the room where he sees Liz Allen in a bathing suit. And he's like, oh, God, so hot. She's like, hi, Peter. How you doing? He's like, hi. Oh, hi, Liz. And she's like, we're going to go swimming. We're going to have like so much fun. Are you going to get your trunks on? You're going to get your little trunks on and you're going to go swimming with us? And you see a little butt? And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, let's go swimming. He's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And they all run off and stuff. And like Flash Thompson just smacks his ass. He's like, ow. But he's like, he gets up on the building and he's looking at them all mournfully, Chad. He's like, oh, man, I really want to hang out in the pool and look at Liz in her bathing suit, but I got to be Spider-Man. And so eventually, he's like, I gotta go. And so he hitches a ride on a truck, and it takes him to Maryland, chat, where he finds the tracer, and he finds the three. Oh, that's the thing, too. Before he goes, this voice starts talking to him. He's like, oh, hello, Peter. He's like, oh! And he's like, hi, well, congratulations on finally unlocking the senior levels of your suit. And he goes, whoa, you're like a cool suit lady robot voice. I think it's voiced by Jennifer Connelly, I believe. And she goes, yes, Peter, we have all sorts of options available to you. He's like, well, this is super cool. Well, I'm going to be tracking some bad guys. I put like a tracer on this one guy and it's inside his penis. And she's like, that's excellent, Peter. Let's go find these bad guys. And he hitches a ride in a truck. Eventually, he finds it's at an abandoned gas station. He's like, there's secret layers in an abandoned gas station? That's so lame. And he's looking, and he's like, I wish I knew what they were saying. She's like, would you like enhanced audio? He's like, I can do that. She goes, this suit can do anything, Peter. He's like, cool. And so they enhance the audio, so he's listening to them, and he learns that from Bokeem Woodbine and the Tinkerer that they're going to perform a heist. He's like, oh, cool. It's like they're going to perform a heist to steal more alien stuff. And she goes, that's right, Peter. Would you like to activate advanced combat? And he goes, yeah, that sounds really cool, suit lady. She goes, okay, instant kill mode activated. He's like, whoa, I don't want to kill anybody. But you asked for advanced combat. And he's like, okay, let's just put it back to normal. Just put it back to normal. And he's like, okay, fair enough, Peter. And right before he jumps out, he's like, I'm going to swing over there and get him. He does it, and his webs are like not how they were before. He doesn't shoot out like a strand of web. He shoots like a web ball, and he fucking lands smack on the concrete. And he's like, "Oh, suit lady, what happened?" And he's like, "Well, you're still in advanced combat mode, Peter. That's the default for the web shooter." He's like, "What is this? Impact webbing? I don't want impact webbing. I just want regular like." Swip wedding, suit lady. She goes, "You seem very unfamiliar with your suit right now, Peter. Would you like a refresher course?" He's like, no, I don't need a refresher course. She goes, he's like, "Pick something for me." She goes, "Okay." And she picks like electrical webbing, and he actually like electrifies the gas station, so it's all turning on back and forth. And the thing is, Phineas and the Shocker are distracted because the Shocker doesn't know how to work his shock gauntlet. It's like, "What button do I press?" He's like, "That one." No, the other one. No, geez, no, that one. So they don't know what's going on. Eventually he's like, "Just turn it off, turn it off. And he climbs up in the gas station. And he's like, "Listen, just don't pick that one, okay? Just go back to the other one." She's like, "Okay, Peter, anything for you, but you should definitely take the refresher course. You seem unfamiliar with your suit capabilities." He's like, I understand, suit lady. I get it. Yeah, he's like married to Jarvis, pretty much. Oh, that's right, Jennifer Connelly. They're both suit people. That's right. Paul Bettany and Jennifer Connelly. They're both suit people. That's awesome. They were suit people. Eventually, they see these several trucks that are going down this convoy, and they're filled with all sorts of Ultron and alien gear. And Peter's like, "Oh, that must be the trucks that they're going after." And then he sees the fucking Vulture swoop in, Chad. The Vulture lands on it, throws down these like phaser, like it's this phaser like wall thing that lets you go through solid material, which is pretty fucking cool. Talks to the two biddies. That's the downside of Tony over designing shit. He doesn't need over 500. He does not. Yeah, over 500 web configurations. He's like, "Well, Mr. Stark really overdid it." The Vulture lands in the thing, uses this material phaser that opens the truck. He lands in there, and he starts like grabbing all this ill-gotten loot and everything. And he hops back up, but right before he's about to get back in his wings, Peter steals the bag of loot, and he goes, "Hey, Big Bird, that doesn't belong to you." And Vulture's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and he gets back in his suit. And they start fighting. Peter's like, "Yeah, we'll take some of this." But his web like goes out and like in like two directions. He goes, "Suit lady, what's going on?" "We set it back to the setting before you picked electrical webs, Peter." He goes, "What? But this is not what I need." And Vulture just comes down on him and just like starts hitting him and swooping on him and everything. And eventually he knocks Peter back into the vehicle. He loses the loot. He falls in, but the phaser is disrupted, chat, and so it cuts off the hole in the truck. And so when Peter doesn't know this, he immediately jumps up, boom, fucking smacks his head on top of the truck, chat, and he knocks himself out. He then comes to. He's like, "Suit lady, where are we?" And she's like, "I don't know. My sensors are being disrupted due to the thick material of the truck and the surrounding area." He goes, "Oh my God, we must be in the villain's secret evil lair. Okay, we're gonna have a big fight on our hands, suit lady." "I am ready, Peter." And he bursts out of the truck, and he's just surrounded. It's like the Ark of the Covenant. It's that room from Indiana Jones. It's just filled with boxes and stacks of shit. And he goes, "Where are we?" And clearly, she starts to like, analyze things. She's like, "Oh, we're in the underground facility in Maryland where they're keeping all of this various supernatural, fantastical, and sci-fi material." And he goes to this giant industrial door trying to open it, but it won't open. It won't open up until like another 12 hours. So she's like, "Fuck, this is not good." And then we get this montage of him just, "Well, I guess we can just run those training programs." And it's just him experimenting with his webbing and everything, Chad, his different combat. He has the armpit webs there. He's like, "Whoa, cool," and everything. And then him and Suit Lady's like, "Suit Lady, I feel really bad for like calling you Suit Lady." She's like, "What would you like to call me, Peter?" He's like, "I don't know. I mean, you sound like really nice and stuff. So I don't know, maybe Karen." And I guess it's before like Karen's starting to be like, "Oh, you're a Karen." It was before that time, right during that time or right before that time. And she goes, "I like the name Karen, Peter." He goes, "Cool, suit lady," or Karen. And she goes, "Haha." And he goes, "Well, Karen, like, I just don't know what to do. I mean, Liz, she's so nice. And should I tell her that I'm Spider-Man?" She's like, "Who is Liz?" And he goes, "This is this girl who I really like. And she's like smart and really pretty and perfect and stuff. And I don't know what to do." And she goes, "You should be honest with her, Peter. You should do that. That's the first step in a good relationship, is being honest with somebody. And I bet if she knew who you really were underneath the suit, she would like you even more." And he goes, "Really, Karen?" yeah, Peter. Just telling him what he wants to hear. That's what it is. And he's like, wow, Karen, this is great talking with you. How long have we been down here? She's like, 27 minutes. 27 minutes? He's so impatient. He's like, fuck it, I gotta get out of here. And he spends like the next several hours running this code with using a graphing calculator. Those things are fucking powerful, chat. Using a graphing calculator, trying to reset the door so it can unlock. Meanwhile, that's the thing too. He realizes, like, okay, we need to use some of the technology in the car that he's in. So he's taking all this stuff up, and we see Ultron's fucking head inside the car. He's like, well, that's fucking cool. So that's Ultron's head was on that in that truck, which I think was awesome. And he eventually finds some of the Chitauri boopers. He's like, oh, it's some of those Chitauri boopers. Oh, yes, you mean the Chitauri explosive device. He's like, what are you talking about? That's a bomb? She goes, well, it would only become a bomb if it's exposed to trace amounts of radiation. And he's like, we've been carrying around the bomb the whole time. I got to call Ned. And he calls Ned, but the signal doesn't go through because of the layers of concrete. They're so far deep underground. He's like, I got to get out of here to warn Ned. Eventually, we cut back to the hotel. Ned's panicking because, Peter hasn't come back. They're saying, like, Ned, we're going to be late. We got to go. And so we also notice that the booper has caused, like, a little bit of a burn around the bedding. It's like, that's probably not safe. He puts that shit into his pocket. And they go to the decathlon. Eventually, Peter finally gets out of the underground facility after running like 140 or so tests on it. He's like, that's the one. 141's the one, Karen. He escapes, and he tries to get back to D.C. Eventually, we cut back to the academic decathlon, and they win. Yay, they win because of MJ Michelle. She says the answer was 0, and the judge leaves like, that's correct, and they win. And they're so happy about it. And Martin Starr is like, good job, guys. You really proved yourself today. But let's go ahead and take in the sights of D.C. before we leave. Let's go to the Washington Monument. Everyone, like, runs into the Washington Monument. And he's like, Michelle, would you like to join us? She's like, I would not like to appreciate a monument that was built by slaves. And he's like, well, the Washington Monument wasn't built by slaves, right? And we have this black security guard. He goes, yeah, it kind of was. He's like, oh, well, enjoy your book. He goes with the class. Eventually, Peter, he's getting close to the DC, and he's fucking just running. He's like, Ned, listen to me. No, listen to me. And he's like, well, Peter, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then Liz is like, Ned, is that Peter? Let me talk to him. She's like, listen, Peter, I'm a little upset with you that you didn't go swing with us yesterday, and you weren't at the academic decathlon. It's like, what is going on with you right now? He's like, listen, Liz, I'm sorry. I just really need you to put Ned back on the phone. I need to tell him something very important. It's all about Ned. Why don't you fuck him, you asshole? And she throws the phone in the X-ray machine. When the bins for the X-ray machine, and Ned's like, oh, shit. And they're like, sir, sorry, before you pass and get your phone, you need to put the rest of your stuff in the X-ray machine. And he just empties his pockets, chat, including the booper. And that gets exposed to trace amounts of radiation because it's an X-ray machine, chat. And it's like, uh-oh, that's not good. Eventually, they get through. Ned puts the booper back in his backpack right there. And Peter's just still trying to get to the Washington Monument as fast as possibly can. So he knows where they are. But as they go up in the elevator, this security, this tour guide's like, the Washington Monument was built over 100 years ago. It is representative of Bill Clinton's very erect penis. And then we see in the backpack that is glowing brighter and brighter and brighter until, boom, it shoots out this, like, huge, like, Chitauri neon light, and it destroys parts of the elevator, chat. And so that they're stuck there and they can't get it open. And it also destroys part of the top of the Washington Monument. And the security guard's like, oh, don't worry, everyone. Everything is fine. The situation is very stable. And eventually Peter gets there, and MJ's like, my fucking friends are up there. He's like, oh, don't worry, ma'am. I'll go get them. Oh, and he fucking throws himself up there. And we cut back to the security guard, or the tour guide, and she's like, don't worry, the elevator is maintaining. Cut to Karen, the elevator is not maintaining its structural integrity. We'll all be fine. Karen, they're in imminent mortal danger. And he gets so high to the point where he's never been higher. He's like, how do I get in there, Karen? And it's like, well, there is a window over here, Peter, that you will be able to enter. And he gets over to that window, and he tries, like, fucking hitting with his foot. Like, why is the window breaking, Karen? And it's like, well, the glass is over 4 feet. No, not 4 feet. 4 inches thick. It would take a significant amount of pressure to open and or break the glass, Peter. He's like, oh. And eventually all these fucking police copters show up, chap. You know, the Washington police, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing on the Washington Monument, Spider-Man? It's like, I'm sorry, but my friends are stuck in there, and I'm really scared. And he's like, get off or we'll shoot you. And so he's like, oh, God, I'm going to die. And what he does is he slings himself over the helicopter, webs himself, and then, boom, thrusts himself in there, chat, right when the elevator's about to go down and kill all of his friends. And he whips it, chat, and he grabs it, and he holds on, chat, he holds on. As strong as he can. People eventually start getting out of the elevator, of course, but then Flash is a complete fuck up. He has the trophy. He's like, no, me next. They're like, okay, Liz, you know, you first. And he's like, no, me and my trophy. Save me and my trophy. And they're like, Flash. But he's moving around so goddamn much that caused the elevator to boom, that fall. He dives after it, chap. He gets inside of it, webs it, and he's like, oh, shit. He's in there with him like, hey, guys, how you doing? And, you know, Ned's like, yes, we did it. He's like, hey, big guy, stop moving. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir, I'm sorry. And eventually everyone starts getting off. Flash gets off, Ned gets off, Martin Starr gets off. But the rest of the elevator goes, and fucking Liz, she starts falling. And then Peter grabs her. He's like, I got you, miss. And he puts her down. She's like, I got you, there you go. And he's like, you know, hanging upside down. Everything should be okay. She's like, wow, Spider-Man, like, thanks and stuff. He goes, no problem. And then Karen goes, this is your chance, Peter. Kiss her. And he, like, really considers it. But then his web snaps. He's like, oh. And he falls all the way down there. And Martin Starr is like, thank you. After that, we cut to Adrian Toomes. He's talking to the Tinkerer. And Tinker's saying, like, listen, man, I have enough equipment to finish that job with Mac Gargan. Scorpion reference. But after that, we won't be able to complete any of the other orders. And he's like, fucking Jesus. And Tinker has been talking about, like, listen, I have that more advanced suit that I've been working on right now for that really big heist. And he's like, what the fucking, man, Tinker, listen, I'm not going to do that, man. It's too dangerous. I mean, we could get exposed. He's like, all right. But then he's distracted. Because all of Adrian's boys are like, hey, man, turn up the volume of the TV. He'll turn up the volume. He's like, what? Turns up the volume of the TV, and it's the news report about what happened in D.C., and it's like, and Midtown High Zone Academic Decathlon team was victorious. However, their lives were in mortal danger. They almost collapsed and were horrifically killed in a terrible elevator accident, except for the sudden appearance of Spider-Man, which saved them. He's like, what? He's shocked. We then cut. And we see all the kids walking off the bus, and they're all fucking hugging their moms and their dads. Liz is hugging her mom. Aunt May's like, Peter, I was so scared for you. Come here, Peter. And he's like, I'm okay, Aunt May, I'm okay. He was very scared. After that, we cut to the school news report, and it's showing all of the interviews with the students. And the teachers, and like the one kid is like, the fucking things were going off. It was like a crazy Bon Jovi concert. And Flash is like, I was the definition of calm. And Liz is like, it was all because of Spider-Man. He saved me and my friends. And we cut to Martin Starr. He's like, I am just so happy that we didn't lose any students on this trip. Not like last time. He has this 1,000-yard stare, and it's perfect. And it's like, let's all thank Midtown High's decathlon team and also Spider-Man. Thank you, Spider-Man. After that, Peter is walking with Ned in the hallway, and Ned's like, Jesus Christ, Peter, this is getting like really sketchy and serious. Peter's like, don't worry, Ned, I got it all figured out, okay? It'll be no problem. It's like, listen, no, really, this is getting like pretty dangerous at this point. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to do. You have a Spanish quiz we got to take now. He's like, I'm above Spanish quizzes, Ned. And he walks away, and then the principal's like, Mr. Parker, my office right now. And they sit there. in the principal's office, and we even see it's like, listen, Peter, you're gonna get detention for this, but you're a good kid. It's only a couple days, all right? But I don't want to hear that kind of talk. And the thing you pulled in D.C., that was not cool, Mr. Parker. And we see the picture in the background where it's his grandfather with Captain America and the Howling Commandos. Really fucking cool. Peter then goes to detention, and it's a great cut because it's Captain America's like, so you got detention. Now, I know what you're feeling must be pretty bad, but you can improve your personality, and also you can be a better student overall. And Peter's like, God, this sucks. And he just gets up. He's like, I am done. I am done. I'm going to do Spider-Man stuff. And we have Hannibal Burgess. He's like, hey, where are you going? Come back here. And then MJ laughs at him. He's like, why are you even here? You don't have detention. She goes, true, but I just like to draw people in crisis. And she holds up this picture, this little sketch of him. She's like, ha, ha, ha. It's great. He's like, you're horrible. There's that cat video is still going on. It's wonderful. Eventually, he goes back to his apartment where he puts on the suit, and he's talking to Karen. He's like, all right, Karen, we need to track down some of these criminals, all right, so we can find out where they are. And she's like, okay, Peter, by the way, how was your Spanish quiz? I love that's a reference back to the Spanish quiz. And so he's like, listen, but let's go back to that one weapons deal from a couple of days ago. Some of those guys must have criminal records. Let's see if we can track them down. And we go back to, and she's like, okay, well, I'll access those files. And it's a whole bunch of files of him just being a goof in the Spider-Man suit, like pretending to be Thor or like talking to Liz. And she's like, your impressions are very funny. He's like, just skip those videos, Karen. Skip those videos. And eventually they get to the footage of him watching the two Shockers and Aaron Davis. She scans the Shockers' faces, and she's like, there's no criminal records. But she does scan Aaron Davis' face, and she's like, this is Aaron Davis. He does have a criminal record for, I think, I guess it's burglary. I think that's what he has been arrested for in the past. And we see his alias, chat, the Prowler. If you look in the very corner, his alias is the Prowler. And he's like, cool, I'll just track down this Aaron Davis guy. He'll give me the names and the locations of those weapon dealers, and boom, we got him, Karen. She's like, would you like to activate enhanced interrogation mode? And he's like, yeah. And then we cut and we see Donald Glover. He's walking in a parking garage. He's got like grocery bags, and he gets there. He's opening the trunk to his car, and Spider-Man comes down, webs his hand to the trunk of the car. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you. He's like, whoa, Jesus. He's like, you. Tell me what I want to know. Give me the names or else. And he's like, You're not Spider-Man. He's like, yes, I am. Yes. He's like, no, you're not. I know. No, you're not. You're not, man. I know what a girl sounds like. He's like, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I mean, I'm a man. And he like is like, tell me the names or else I'll hurt you. And he slams down the trunk. He goes, whoa. And he's like, come on, man, really? He's like, all right, turn off enhanced interrogation mode. Listen, sir, I'm just trying to stop these bad guys, okay? They're like selling these weapons, all right? And it's really bad. It's really imperative that I stop them. And he's like, that thing that you said the other night, that was pretty cool. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, how if you're going to point a gun, point at me. That takes balls, kid. That takes balls. He's like, oh, thanks. He's like, listen. I don't want these weapons out here any more than you do. I got a nephew who lives here. He has a nephew who lives here, chat. Miles, like I said, people's like, Miles Morales could join the MCU via the Spider-Verse movies. No, Miles is already here. He's probably just a little boy, though, at this point. But I love how he referenced, I have a nephew who lives here. And Peter's like, listen, man, I just really need to track down these guys, okay? Let me know what the location. He goes, all right. They're meeting with someone who is really fucking scary named Matt Gargan. They're going to be at the ferry at this time at like 11 a.m. He's like, oh shit, that's like an hour from now. And he's like, hey, thanks, man. That's going to dissolve in 2 hours. He's like, no. Come fix this. Come take this shit off of me. He's like, no, you're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're bad. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. He's like, I have ice cream. Now there is a deleted scene that was supposed to be featured at the end of the movie. I think it's on the Blu-ray, where Donald Glover, whose fucking hand is still on the trunk of his car because he's been webbed up, he calls, and he says, he's like, hey, Miles, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it over the house today. He literally says, Miles, chat, it's fucking happening. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. because either they're gonna do we're just gonna do the Miles Morales movie, or they'll introduce Miles in the next 3 Spider-Man films that are coming out, the new trilogy, and they're eventually going to bring in they're gonna bring back Donald Glover as Aaron Davis the Prowler. I am so excited about it. So excited, chat. Mac, his name is Scorpion. Yep, that played by oh shit. Oh god. Nacho from Better Call Saul. I always forget this guy's name. I love him as an actor. Here we go. I always forget his name, Chad. Michael Mondo. He plays Matt Gargan, who I think so far this is his only appearance in the MCU. Hope he appears later on. But he's like, okay, cool. So Peter, he goes to the ferry, and he starts looking through all the windows and things, seeing who else is there. And he spots Bokeem Woodbine, and he sees that he's talking the Vulture chat. And he has like this little like spider drone that comes out of his chest. He's like, was that always there before? And Karen scans, the Adrian Toombs, and there's like no record of him, no criminal history. And he's like, okay, Droney Drone, keep an eye on that guy. Eventually, he goes to the back of the ferry where Bokeem Woodbine is meeting with Matt Gargan. Apparently, Matt Gargan, he's like gone to prison for like murder, but he got off. So this guy, this version of Scorpion is a pretty bad dude. But he appears, like Spider-Man's watching him from the top of the ferry. And he's like, "Oh, Karen, this is great. I mean, we have the buyers and the sellers in all one location. We have the boss as well. This is so cool. We're gonna get them all." But before you can go down there and stop him, gets a call from Aunt May, and he's like, Karen's like, "Your Aunt May wants to talk to you, Peter. She said it was very imperative she speaks to you." And he's like, "Not right now, Aunt May." And he hangs up on her. Go to voicemail. Go to voicemail. But then Karen says, there's also an incoming message from Mr. Stark. And he's like, have it go to voicemail. He's like, he does not go into voicemail. And then Tony goes, "Hey, Peter, how you doing, kid?" And he goes, "Oh, Mr. Stark, so good to see you." He's like, "Hey, listen, I just want to say I am really proud of you. I saw the report yesterday with Washington. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. You really came through. And I'm sorry that I've been a little distant, or I've been really hard on you. I'm just, my father, he never really complimented me when I was a kid, and I just wanted to say." And Peter's like, "Yeah, it's really great, Mr. Stark." He's like, don't interrupt me when I'm trying to compliment you, Peter. Come on, listen. And everything that Happy's been telling me about you, like this has been really awesome. I mean, the thing with the lady with the churro, that was so funny, and the fact you're helping the people in New York, I mean, it's great. It's really great. And we hear this like big a horn from the ferry go, "Bwah." And he's like, "Are you at a Christopher Nolan movie?" And he's like, no, Mr. Stark, no, I'm in band." He's like, "Happy told me you quit band 6 weeks ago." And he's like, "I gotta go, Mr. Stark." He's like, "Hey," and he hangs up on Mr. Stark, chat. And then he jumps down there. He's like, "Hey guys, the illegal weapons fairly was 2 hours ago. You missed it." And he starts beating. He fucking fucks up Matt Gargan, where he literally fucking punches him. He punches him so hard he falls off the ferry. But Peter like webs him. And he pulls him back, and he just shatters his fucking arm. And the ferry just Matt Gargan gets fucked up in this movie, like really bad. And he starts webbing and beating up all these guys. Eventually, we see Bokeem Woodbine. He tries to shock punch Spider-Man, but Spider-Man instantly defeats him. And he's like, the other guy was a lot better with that. I mean, I'm shocked. He web bombs this other guy that's going for to attack him. But Bokeem Woodbine, he phones Adrian, letting him know that Spider-Man's here right now. Adrian's like, "God damn it!" And he goes down to this one truck where they have all their gear. Peter sees him, but before Peter can get his hand attack him or stop him, Bokeem Woodbine comes out, starts fighting against the Shocker and things, and eventually the FBI shows up and they're like, "FBI, freeze!" And Peter's like, whoa, who are these guys? That's the FBI, Peter. It's like, "Yeah, I know it's the FBI, but what are they doing here?" And then the Vulture shoots out of he kept that costume in the back of the truck, shoots out of the back of the truck, has this huge Chitauri Gatling gun, and he starts blasting, exploding all of the FBI, just going, they're all getting killed. And he's like, "Holy shit." And then Peter starts fighting the vulture. And eventually Peter does manage to bring down the gun, but when it slams in the ferry, it like breaks and it starts like, you know, fizzing and like rattling like really loud. And Peter's like, oh shit. And he starts webbing it like super, super fast, trying to just, you know, stop it from like exploding. And eventually, Adrian Vulture's like, listen, you're dealing with stuff you don't understand, okay? Stop. And he fucking grabs a Bokeem Woodbine. They fly out of there, chat. But right when they fly out of there, boom, the gun explodes and it severs the ship right down the goddamn middle, chat, just all the way down the middle. And at this point, Peter's like, oh, fucking shit. And he's trying to web up the entire ship, chat, trying to keep it together, kind of glue it back together. And he's holding on for fucking dear life. At one point, everyone's like, yeah, Spider-Man, you're doing it. It's Spider-Man. But all of a sudden, all the webbing strands, they start to like fray. And Karen's like, yeah, you're only like 99% success. He's like, 99? And he's holding on for dear life as the ship is separating. All the people are getting sucked out and crushed by cars and everything, chat. And he's like, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's being fixed. Oh shit, what am I doing? I'm doing it. But then we see it's Iron Man. It's Iron Man. He's come in. He has all these drones who are putting the ship back together. And he's like cauterizing all the edges and things. Eventually, he gets up. Spider-Man gets up to the mast. He's like, hey, Mr. Stark, do you need any help? Do you need any help? And he's like, you've done quite enough. And he's like, oh, boy. And after that, Peter is like sitting on the dock somewhere, and he's just, kind of waiting. And Iron Man shows up, and he's like hovering above him. And Peter's like, is everyone okay? He's like, yes. No thanks to you. He's like, listen, Mr. Stark, I was just trying to track down the vulture guy and the buyers and the sellers and stop these guys from hurting all these people. He's like, yes, and I told you we would take care of it, okay? He's like, well, you weren't, but I know that, but I just wanted to prove myself to you. And it's like, what do you even care? You're not even here. And then Tony steps out of the suit, and it's like, ooh, he's like, oh, shit. It's so good. And I love it. This is so interesting to me, the dichotomy of this relationship, because despite Spider-Man literally could just flick Tony and explode his head, Peter is so intimidated by him anyway when he's not even in the suit. I thought that was very, very interesting, chat, when that happened. I really, really like that. And like he steps out of the thank you, Darkseid 2 B's. I think Holland Spider-Man may be the strongest. He's played so many feats of strength compared to the others. Tony may have possibly the strongest with the train, but Holland was more than against you. No, true. I think you're both pretty strong. Both pretty strong. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, we got a troll, chat. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me we got a bit of a troll. Chris, even though Corey is narcissistic asshole, I still appreciate you, brother. I'm glad you're the only motherfucker who can stand up to that non-funny. Well, okay, all right, come on. All right, chat. We got a little bit of a troll right here. Sorry, let me just take care of this really quick. I think we took care of it. All right, sorry about that. MZ T-Bone, good to see you. Hope you're having a very nice day. Just had a troll, chat. Sorry about that. Took care of it. No problem at all. Anyway, but I love this scene because, Peter, again, he has all the super strength, all these amazing powers, and yet he's still intimidated by Tony Stark. He's like, Mr. Stark, I just wanted to be like you. He's like, and I wanted you to be better. All right. And like, this whole relationship between us, it's just not working out right now. I'm going to need the suit back. He's like, no, I'm nothing without this suit. And he's like, and this quote is so good to me. He's like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you didn't deserve it. And I'm like, yes, I love that. And it's like, yes, that's so important. That's the important lesson. Okay, you're more than the suit, Spider-Man. You're more than the suit. Thank you. I got a new flower in here. Appreciate you. Oh, this guy just followed me with all those nasty comments. Oh, well, chat, what are you going to do? But it's like, yeah, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it. And then Peter, he's like, but I don't have any clothes. I'm going to be naked. He's like, we can take care of that. And then we see him in like this super over, like extra large shirt and just kind of like walking home all sad to the apartment. And he opens the door, and Aunt May's like, Peter, where have you been? I've been worried. Your principal called you, skipped class, you skipped attention. What have you been doing, Peter? Have you been doing the drugs? And he's like, I lost the Stark internship, Aunt May. Oh, my baby, come here. It's okay. Nestle in my bosom, Peter. He's like, I'm sorry, Aunt May. I messed up, and I took on so much, and I couldn't do it, and I really screwed up. And she's like, Peter, it's okay. We all make mistakes. I'm proud of you. You're a good boy, a good student. But you shouldn't take on so much. You still have much to learn. You have great power and great responsibility, Peter. And he's like, thanks, Aunt May. And she goes to kiss him. I love that. This is such an intimate relationship. She kisses him. She goes, Peter, you smell like shit, Peter. Take a bath. And after all this, we get a wonderful little montage of him like, I'm just back to being a regular kid, a regular student. You know, the suit's been taken away from me, so he's going to class. All of his grades are improving again, straight A's across the board. Him and Ned are hanging out, building Lego Death Stars and stuff. Like, that's really fun. Does anything do you think Aunt May suspected before she walked in on him with the suit? I don't know, because we never really got that explanation, really. I feel like she was completely in the dark. Whereas, like, the Rosemary Harris Aunt May by Spider-Man 2, I think she started to figure it out when she was saved by him. She's like, I think she knew by then that was, she just never said it, but I'm like, heavily implied. Especially during that one scene when Peter comes back after their big confrontation where he talks about how he's the reason why Uncle Ben died. Like, I feel like after that, she knew he was Spider-Man. And I also feel like Sally Field, and by the end of Amazing Spider-Man, I already knew that Peter was Spider-Man. I was like, that felt like, I didn't think she knew until the very end of the movie. At least that's me. That's how I feel. But, you know, he's just living his life as a normal kid. Everything's going really well. You know, he's being responsible, Chase, being responsible. And then he bumps into Liz in the hallway. And he's like, hey, Liz, how you doing? She's like, I'm okay, Peter. Everything going okay with you? And he's like, yeah, listen, I'm just really sorry for everything. I've lost track of stuff, and I've been really busy. I've been overwhelmed, and that's really affected everything and everyone around me, and I just want to apologize to you. She's like, Peter, it's okay. I understand. We all go through stuff. I get it. I know what you've gone through, and I know it's hard. And he's referencing Uncle Ben. And she's like, well, you know, it's totally cool. I mean, you know, if you want to hang out more, it's fine. I mean, she's like, homecoming coming up and stuff. And he's like, do you want to go to homecoming with me? She's like, yeah. Yes, I do. I would love to go to homecoming with you. Absolutely. He goes, cool. Let's go to homecoming with each other. He's like, yeah, it sounds great. He's like, yeah, I'll stop by your house and I'll get a suit and stuff and I'll get a corsage, as it's called. She's like, cool, that's great. My dad will drive us there. He's like, yeah, it's really cool. And he's all excited. He's excited. And he rushes back home. He's like, Aunt May, I have a date. We're going to go to homecoming, but I need your help. And it's this wonderful, cute little montage of Aunt May helping him, like, pick out his suit, learning how to tie a tie, how to dance, and everything. And it's like, I love this whole segment. It's beautiful. And I wanted more. Personally, I just wanted more scenes between him and Aunt May, because him and Marissa Tomei have great chemistry, and I want more. I'm hoping we get more of that in No Way Home. Very interested to see what's going to happen with that. Aunt May is so adorable because she doesn't know how to tie a tie. She's like, I don't know, ties? I don't know. But he does it. She's like, yay. And then we cut where she drives him back to the suburbs to Liz Allen's house. And he's like, okay, Aunt May, so just to review. She's like, okay, listen. You go up to the door. I go up to the door. That's right. And it's like, and, you know, she answers it. If you see her, I'm going to tell her I'm pretty. I'll tell her that she's pretty, but not too much. She goes, because that would be creepy. That would be creepy. That would be creepy, yes. And when we dance with each other, I put my hands on her hips. Like, you got it, kiddo. She goes, go. You do it, Peter. You show that girl the moves your Aunt May taught you, Peter. And she's like, thanks, Aunt May. Have fun, Peter, but not too much fun. He exits the car, and he goes up to the walkway, chat. We get this little upbeat music playing. He's so happy. He rings the doorbell. He waits, and we see the door opens, and who's there? The Vulture! And he's like, oh! And he's like, hey, you must be Peter Parker there. And that was such a great fucking reveal. That Liz Allen's dad, we didn't know it's not Liz Allen. I've been calling her Liz Allen. Her name is Liz Toombs. And it's like, oh, they bamboozled us because they never say Liz Allen. I was like, oh wow. And this people in the theater went, oh, they were shocked by this. I thought it was so much fun. I had no idea. It's like, hey, how you doing, Pete? You must be Peter. He goes, oh. He's like, hey, come here, man. Let's have a handshake. And he's like, oh, shit. I was like, that's a hell of a handshake you got there, Pete. Come on in, Pedro. And I love that he calls him Pedro throughout the rest of the movie. It's like a dad thing. And, Peter walks in. He's like super awkward and stuff. He's like, hey, Pedro. And he's like, yeah, sir. He's like, I can help you to some rum, some bourbon, some gin. Huh? No. He's like, that's the right answer, kid. That's the right answer. That's right. And then Liz's mom walks in, who we have seen in the movie. She also works at the school. She walks in. She goes, hey, Peter, how you doing? He's like, hi, Mrs. Toombs. And she walks in. She gives a big old smooch to her man, chat. Michael Keaton, the Vulture. Adrian Toombs, chat. And he shall forever be known as Bird Dad throughout the rest of the movie. He's Bird Dad now. And then eventually Liz comes down the stairs, and, fucking Michael Keaton sees her. She's like, oh, Gumdrop, you look so cute. She's like, thanks, Daddy. Thanks, you. And he's like, look at her, Pete. Isn't she beautiful looking? He goes, yeah. All right. She's like, Liz's mom's like, okay, let's get a picture. And, they get a picture, and Peter's, just so awkward, just staring at the Vulture, just staring at her dad. He's like, yeah, that was a really great picture. And he's like, all right, you kids ready for me to want me to drive you? Peter's like, no, it's okay. We can take the train. We can take the subway, sir. He's like, nah, nonsense. I'll drop you off. I'm on my way to the airport. I got a job to do tonight. It's totally fine. And he's like, okay. And then they get in the car, and Peter is so terrified at this point. And he's looking at him. He's like, they're driving back to Midtown High. And, Adrian Toombs is like, Peter, have we met before? Have we? I never been to the school much, but have we interacted? He's like, I don't think so, sir, because the voice sounds so familiar to me. He's like, no, I don't think we have. And then Liz is like, oh, Dad, guess what? And he's like, what's up, Gumdrop? And she's like, did you know that Peter works for Tony Stark? He goes, oh, really? Really? Work for Tony Stark? She goes, yeah. And he knows Spider-Man and stuff. He goes, oh, you know Spider-Man, huh? Oh, what's he like? Oh, he's great. He's really nice. He's a great man, great adult man. And he goes, oh, all right, okay. That was crazy. What happened there in DC. Everything that Spider-Man did. And he's like, yeah, we were really lucky he was there that day. He's like, so you were up there too? You must have been really scared, Peter. And he's like, yeah, it was very scary. And Liz is like, what are you talking about, Peter? You weren't there. Always sneaking off and stuff. He goes, yep. That's true. I wasn't there. He's like, and fucking Adrian's like, where were you, Pedro? He's like, I was down the ground watching it like everybody else. He goes, oh yeah, watching it. Your old pal Spider-Man just happened to show up and save the day. Well, thank God for Spider-Man. And then we notice it's the red lights on his face, and it turns to green when he figures out that, oh, you're fucking Spider-Man. What a great fucking reveal. What a great way for the villain to realize, you're fucking Spider-Man. I love this. That green light, baby. So good. An accurate depiction of meeting your girl's dad. Yeah. Witness me. He's not dumb. He's not a fucking dummy, chap. Vulture's not idiot. True. Witness me, Mr. Humadier. Thank you for the raid. Everybody on the dance floor. Raid. Kajawoo one. Thank you for the follow. My new Huckleberry, my new Grinch. Hope you're doing well. Curling with my review for Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a long one, shit. I told you it would be a long one, baby. Yeah, I love this movie. I go into very specific, nitty-gritty detail. Hey, shut up and witness me. Now your brownie's back, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Pro, good to see you. I hope you're doing very well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oingo Bungus, Steph. Welcome to the stream. I love him. He's so good in this. Your old pal, Spider-Man. I love it. Varley's. It's so good. This whole sequence just like, oh, my God. That's his girlfriend's dad, the Vulture. Oh, it was such a cool little reveal. Alex Bernal, YouTube editor extraordinaire. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Oh, for everyone that just rated, I do ask you that you please do refresh. Sadly, raid viewership does not count towards average viewership for whatever reason. Hopefully, they'll change that someday. But again, thank you, Mr. Hummendinger, for that raid. Hope you're doing well today, good sir. Let the people know what you were playing. And chat, please check out Mr. Hummendinger's streams. Follow him, subscribe to him, donate to him. Irish Public all day. Ask everyone to lurk before the raid to raise that. Thank you, man. That's kind of you. Cheers and salute. Appreciate that. Nah, I do what I want. Okay. Okay. But then we cut back to the car. And the music they got playing here is like dun, 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 dun. And they pull up to Midtown High where the homecoming dance is going on. And he's like, all right, there you go, gumdrop. And she's like, thanks, Dad. She gives him a little kiss. And he's like, now, listen, you go ahead and talk to your friends. I got to go ahead and give Peter the dad talk. She's like, okay, don't be too hard on him, all right? It's like, bye. She's like, bye, gumdrop. She's like, have a good time. Have a safe flight. I love that she has a safe flight because he's flying around with the Vulture. It's like, oh, I love it, chap. And then she gets out and she sees her friends. Oh my God, you guys are just like so pretty. Yay. And then he turns around slowly and grabs a fucking gun from his glove box. And he's laying over the seat like, does she know? And he's like, no what? And he's like, so she doesn't. Laying it close from the chest. I respect that. I admire that, Peter. Listen, let me tell you something. Nothing is more important in my life than my family. I'll do anything to protect them. And what you did in D.C., I really respect that. I admire that. And I appreciate that, Peter. But if you threaten me or my family, if you take that away from me, I'll kill you. I'll kill you dead. And I love that. I'm not just going to kill. I'm going to kill you dead. It's like, all right. Peter's like, and he's like, well, look at that. I just saved your life. Now, what do you say? Oh, that's what he says. He's like, no, that's what he says. He says, so after that, I'll kill you dead. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to forget about this. I want you to go in there and show my daughter a good time. Just not too good, all right? Okay? And he's like, yes, sir. And he's like, cool. Now, what do you say? I just saved your life. And he's like, thank you. He's like, you're welcome. Now get the fuck out of my car. It is bad. That is so good. I'll kill you dead. I mean, isn't that what killing means? He wanted to emphasize. He wanted to really overemphasize. It's a great speech. It's such a great moment. And what's so cool, he killed his. This is like when Marvel really started to fix their villain problem. All the Spider-Man villains so far have been great. Vulture was great. Mysterio is a fucking sociopath. Can't wait to talk about Mysterio tomorrow, chat. Fire all the drones! Oh, I can't wait. He's so evil. He's just a piece of shit. But Vulture, I understand Vulture's like, he's a blue collar guy. I mean, he's very intimidating, very threatening, but yeah, he didn't need to wear vulture wings, didn't need to be in a super suit to be so intimidating. It's one of the best scenes in the movie, chap. And so Peter walks out, Adrian Toomes, he drives away, and he goes up to Ned's there, the Hold's there, MJ's there, she fucking like flicks him off. And then he goes up to Liz and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I need to go, I'm sorry. And she's like, what are you doing? Oh my God, what are you doing? You embarrassed me, Peter. And he's like, I'm sorry, Liz. And he goes over to, he's like, I need to do this on my own. And he goes over, he opens up one of the secret caches in the school where his other onesie is. He takes some web fluid, he goes out the back with a score, and then boom, he's hit by the shocker, chat. The shocker is there. He says, yeah, you don't deserve this, but I gotta do this. You don't deserve this. Lito's Cord Killer. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry, my new Grinch. Hope you're doing well. Currently viewing Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a fun one tonight. But he's hit by the shocker, and fucking Bokeem Woodbine's like, yeah, I stayed behind just in case a little insurance if you decide to come after us, kid. Listen, you don't want to do this, all right? He's like, I got to do it. I'm sorry. Great power, great responsibility, all that bullshit. But Shocker punches him through a fucking bus, and Peter goes through a bus, and he's like underneath all the seats, and they're just covered in gum. He's like, gross. And Shocker keeps punching the bus over and over again. Eventually, Peter gets out. Some of his web shooters are blasted off him. He's like, shit. And Shocker's just about to hit him one last time. And then this web strand comes out of nowhere, Chad. Who did it? Who unleashed it? Ned. Ned leads. And Peter's like, way to go, Ned. And Peter just beats the shit out of Bokeem Woodbine and webs him to the side of the bus like this. And Ned's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, the Vulture, Bird Dad is Liz's dad. Bird Dad is Liz's dad? That's right. Oh, my God. He's like, Ned, listen, you need to be the guy in the chair for me. All right, you got to help me. That's the thing, too. Peter left his phone in the Vulture's car, so he already made the decision before he even left, chat, which I really love. He's like, I'm going to do this anyway. And it's like, you need to track my phone for me, Ned, and I need to find out where he's going. You got to be my guy in the chair. He's like, will do, Peter. He's like, but Peter, how are you going to get there? He's like, don't worry. I'm going to assault Flash Thompson. And we cut to Tony Ravioli's Flash Thompson, who's talking about, by the way, Bronzino, which I thought was nuts, chat. So this is an amazing Spider-Man reference where Gwen was like, do you want to come to my house, Peter, and eat Bronzino? It's a fish. And Flash is talking about Bronzino. It's all connected. Multiverse. And then he's like, I know Bronzino, and that Bronzino is not fresh. And then Spider-Man jumps in his car, like, Flash, I need your car. I'm going to punch you in the face. Sir, this isn't my car. It's my dad's car. And then we cut to Flash watching as Spider-Man is crashing his car into everything. He's like, oh. And Peter doesn't know how to drive a car. He's like, Ned, how do cars work? But thankfully, Ned is like on every single computer in the library. He's like, don't worry, turn the lights on there. Make sure not to put your foot on the pedal too hard, Peter. And he's like, okay, Ned, I got it. Oh, that's much better. And he's like, where is Adrian going? He's like, he's going to the specific warehouse, off of Brooklyn or something. And he's like, thanks, Ned, you're doing a great job. And Ned does a little spin like, guy in the chair. And he's so happy about it. Eventually, Peter, he crashes the fucking car. He just totals it. And he's like, thanks, Ned. I'm going in to stop the Vulture. He's like, Godspeed, Spider-Man. He says the line, chat. He will be the Goblin of this universe. And then a teacher comes in and is like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I was looking at porn. And then Spider-Man, he infiltrates the facility. It's like no one's there at this point, but then he hears someone like working on something, tinkering on something, if you will. And we see Adrian, we see Bird Dad, and he's like drinking something, and he's like at this table, and he's like, hey, how you doing, Pedro? Thought you might show up. And he's like, listen, Bird Dad, I have to stop you. He's like, Peter, I'm talking to you, man. I'm going to talk to you right here. I'm going to tell you what's actually going on. Stark, the Avengers, man, they look down on all of us, okay? We fight their wars, and all we get is their table scraps, all right? I'm just your blue-collar Bird Dad trying to do the right thing for my family and my boys, Peter. Don't take it away from me. Don't take it away from us so they can get all fucking fat and happy. And he's like, I can't let you do this. Too many people are being hurt. And I'm going to stop you. And he's like, you know what, Peter? And he takes like a knife. He gets the webbing off of him. And he's like, you know what? Actually, I knew you probably wouldn't listen to me. I was just trying to buy myself a little more time so it would be ready. He's like, what? And the giant Vulture jetpack wingsuit comes in, flying on its own, like a drone, and starts destroying all these concrete pillars. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. This thing is fucking huge and really powerful, hitting one after another. And it misses Spider-Man. He's like, hell, you missed me. He's like, well, kid, it wasn't exactly aiming for you. And he's like, what? And we see that he took out all the columns, and the entire structure just comes down right on Peter in a non-sexual way. Adrian Toomes, he walks out, and he spots what he's the big prize that he's going after, chat. Happy is loading up all of the Iron Man gear, Avenger gear, Chitauri, Asgardian, Ultron, everything on this one big plane. So it's flying out of New York to upstate. And he's like, I did it. It's done. And he's so happy. And that's what they're going after, chat. That's the big job, stealing billions of dollars in dangerous technology that we've seen across the MCU. And he's going to use this giant bird dad wingsuit to get it all, chat. Thor's magic belt. That's true. Thor's magic belt's on there, which is awesome. They can't have that. Dragon Balls 325. Think of the host. Spreading the word of the Revenites right now. Spreading the word of Bird Dad. He's a blue-collar worker just trying to help his family. Bro, vroom, vroom family, Chad. That's what he's doing. He's bro, and he's vroom, vrooming. Meanwhile, we cut back to Peter. And he is being crushed by debris. And I love this scene because it's very reminiscent of the comics, chat, where he's being crushed by debris. And he's like, oh, help me. He's such a kid here. That's what I'm talking about. I never once think Tom Holland's too old. No, he feels like a teenager. He's like, help me. Someone help me, please. Help me. And he's really scared. And he's crying. And he looks down the reflection. And he sees the mask in the water. But he sees his face, too, right there, just like the Spider-Man comic. And he realizes, and he hears Tony, so you don't even need the audio there, but you hear Tony Stark is like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it. And he's like, I don't need that fucking suit. And he's like, I'm Spider-Man. He's saying, I'm Spider-Man. He lifts off the debris, crawls through it, chat, blah! And he is reborn, chat. He is Spider-Man. He's truly Spider-Man right here, I think, for the first time in the movie. This is where he finally's like, here I am. And he's like, I gotta go catch Bird Dad. And he sees Bird Dad pulling a fucking Batman. Come on, Spider-Man. This felt like a reference to Batman where he's on top of a billboard and his wings are just completely covering him. It's so cool. But he takes off. Peter bounces the billboard and attaches himself to him as he shoots up into the air. He's like, oh, he's panicking and stuff. And, Adrian, he's talking to the Tinkerer, he's talking to Phineas Mason, and he's like, I'm getting a little drag on the wings here. He's like, that's it, don't worry, we'll work that out later, but you should be fine. He's like, all right, fine. And he gets up there. By the way, the jet is an invisible jet, chat, autopiloted, by the way, which is really cool. He attaches himself to it under the underbelly, the carapace, gets through with the phasers. That's there. While Spider-Man, he's just like, okay, this is really scary. But he goes up there, and he just is like Templeton the Rat. A smorgasbord. As he's seeing all the technology, chat opens up, gets some Chitauri blasters, see a shit ton of arc reactors, takes out Iron Man's, a ton of Iron Man's armors there, takes out the helmet, he throws on the ground like, yeah, this is all the good shit. But then Peter, he's on the outside of the plane, and he starts hitting the wingsuit because it's creates a little air pocket, and he's hitting that, and some of the stuff starts getting sucked out. And Tinker is like, yeah, Spider-Man's there. And he's like, fuck! And he gets back in the wingsuit. I'm sorry, but a lot of people's like, this action's not that great. This fucking action scene on the plane is awesome. I love when the Vulture is flying around and Spider-Man's literally hanging on for dear life, jumping up in the air, attacking the Vulture, trying to web back to the plane. All this is super fucking cool. There's one shot where he attaches himself to the Vulture, and the Vulture cuts the webbing, and Peter's being like, he's going to go right into the plane engine. And he's like, shit, and he webs up the engine, and he webs it up perfectly, and to the point where it's stuck, but the Vulture's wing gets caught, and he has to free himself. He's like, and he spins out of control. The engine then goes through, the plane. And Peter, gets on back to the plane, and he's like, okay, just an ordinary homecoming where I'm fighting to the death with my girlfriend's dad. And the Vulture comes in there, and eventually they're fighting on top of the plane, but the plane starts to malfunction, and it's weaving back into the city, chat. And I love how the Vulture's moving on top of it, he's slowly jumping forward a little bit while Spider-Man's jumping back. Because the Vulture in this scene is huge. His wings are massive, and they're razor blades, and they're cutting through metal like a knife through butter. And so at one point, Spider-Man, he's distracted because he sees this plane is heading towards New York and right towards all these buildings. And, fucking Tinker is like, Adrian, get the fuck out of there, man. He's like, I ain't leaving empty-handed. Darkseid, good two minutes. Like the airplay scene, Peter was fighting the elements more than trying to fight Vulture. Very true, very true. One wrong move and he ends up splitting on the ground. Both of them, really, both of them. And I'm not, but Vulture's like, I ain't leaving empty-handed. And he's cutting open the plane with his wings, trying to grab this big old box of arc reactors, Chad, this big crate. While Peter, he goes to like the plane flaps. I don't know what the official term is, Chad, but he manipulates the plane flaps as we see the plane just miss all of these buildings, which have caused hundreds, if not thousands of deaths. He does this. Meanwhile, he directs it over to Coney Island, chat, towards the beach. And Vulture's still trying to get out the box. So Spider-Man's like, holy shit. And Happy, he's all on Avengers Tower. He's like, what's that? As the plane crashes into some of the amusement park shit, Vulture, he gets fucking thrown off. Ah! Peter gets thrown off. Boom! It crashes right down there, explodes, rips open all the innards of the plane. All the technology falls out, chat. Thor's underwear, Captain America's shields, all that shit. And Peter, he comes to. He's like, hot, because it was so loud, the explosion, that he's kind of gone a little deaf. And he doesn't have the spider sense yet, Chad. He's no spider sense. I thought it was interesting that it evolves over time. And all of a sudden, he sees something coming out of the smoke, and it's Vulture. And Vulture just fucking whacks him, Chad. Hits him so hard. He's like, knocks the wind out of him. And Vulture rips open throws off his helmet. He's like, hey, Pedro. And he calls him Pedro. Ears are ringing. And like what the Vulture does to him, it's really brutal. Where he lands on top of him, starts fucking wailing on him, like puts his giant metal feet claws into him. She's like, ah! Like it punctures his chest, was like ripping him up in the air. Peter tries to like web himself back down. The Vulture lets go. Peter falls. Vulture goes back down him like this and just starts hitting him again. Eventually takes him up by the wing, like uses his wings to grab him, like he's about to skewer him, but he sees the whole crate of arc reactors. He just throws Peter to the side, and he goes over to it. And Peter notices that the Vulture's wingsuit is really damaged. Looks like it's about to explode, chat. And Peter's like, he's getting away as he's lifting up the crate and he's struggling to fly again. Peter webs him from behind, and, Vulture's like, time to go home, Pete. He's like, I'm trying to save you. And the Vulture, like, he cuts the web. He tries to fly up, then the Vulture's wingsuit explodes. He's like, ah! He falls down there. And I thought, oh, they're going to kill the Vulture. But no, I love this. That Spider-Man, I think this is what was defined all the this Spider-Man. He doesn't want to kill his villains. I think that's the premise of this new movie. He doesn't want the villains to die. He wants to save them, despite what they're trying to do to him, which I think that's such a Spider-Man thing. But he runs into the burning fucking wreckage, chat, and he lifts up the destroyed wingsuit, and he drags out Michael Keaton, carries him on his back, throws him down onto the beach, and they're kind of collapsed together, just like, just coughing because they're in so much pain. But he stands up, and Adrian Toomes just looks at him and he goes, you did good, Pedro. You did good. Eventually, Spider-Man, he webs up Vulture and all the ill-gotten loot. Happy arrives on the scene. He sees this, and it's just like a little note. Caught the Vulture guy, the flying Vulture guy, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And it's like, oh, that's so cute. Then it's the next day. I think it's like next day, however many days. Peter's at school. And he sees Liz and her mom. They're walking out. Like, apparently the mom worked there, but she was fired or she quit because now the family's destroyed at this point, chat. The family is completely destroyed. And Peter goes up to her and, she's like, hey, Liz. She's like, what do you want, Peter? And he's like, listen, I just want to apologize for everything that happened. And I'm sorry. She's like, you're sorry. You're sorry a lot. You say sorry so many times, and you even know what you're sorry for anymore? He's like, I got me there. And she goes, just like, Peter, just take care of yourself. How about that? Just take care of yourself. You do you, and I'll do me. My dad is Bird Dad. She's very sad that her dad is Bird Dad, chap. And so she leaves. Peter then goes to decathlon practice where Martin Starr's like, well, we need a new captain since Liz's dad is Bird Dad. So we are now reporting Michelle. You will be the decathlon leader. Everyone's like, yay, Michelle. And she's like, you guys actually can call me MJ. And they're like, oh, why? Why didn't you say that you want, like, I prefer to be called MJ because my friends call me MJ. And he's like, but I thought you said you didn't have any friends. And she's like, well, I didn't. But now I do. And everyone's like, oh, little sweet one. But then she's Mary Jane Watson, chat. There you go. And Peter gets a little ring-a-ding-ding on his phone. We see that throughout the movie. His phone gets more and more cracked. Here, it's like basically barely holding together. But he gets a phone call from Happy, which says, "Meet me in the bathroom, Peter." Which, if Jon Favreau sent me a text message that said, "Meet me in the bathroom," I'd be a little concerned about that. I don't know if I would go. But she's like, what is that? "You got to take that, Peter?" He goes, "It'll just be a second." She's like, "Are you hiding something from us?" And he goes, She goes, "I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You can go." He's like, "Okay." But she watches him leave, chat. She's staring at that spider ass. You know it. And then the romance of Tom Holland and Zendaya was born, chat. And I'm sure she's looking at that spider ass all the time. But he goes to the bathroom where he sees Jon Favreau hanging out, which is always weird. And he's like, "Hey, Peter, listen, man. I just got to say, you really came through with that whole thing. You saved my job. And I just want to say, like, if you ever need me for anything, I want to be there." And like someone flushes a toilet. He's in the middle of this big speech. And this person walks out and he goes, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not washing your hands, great." And they leave. He's like, "Listen, kid, Tony knows what has happened, and he wants to meet you right now. We're going upstate." He's like, "Upstate, upstate, upstate, baby." And we cut, and we're at the Avengers compound, chat, which was destroyed in Endgame, but not destroyed yet. And so he goes in there, and Tony's like, "Peter, my boy, good to see you. Look at you. Good job. Good job. You know, I thought it would be a good lesson taking away all your stuff so you can then fight the big battle. And look at you. You know what? You proved me wrong." I don't say that often. You never say that often, sir. Shut up, Happy. Yes, you proved me wrong, and I really, appreciate you did. And now you're ready for the big leagues, kid. You're ready for the big leagues. Like the real big leagues, sir. He's like, "That's right. You know, I mean, I think it's time that you can join the Avengers." And he's like, "We can put him next to Vision, right?" He's like, yeah, listen, Vision's not, he's a great roommate. He's like, he doesn't really believe in doors or walls. He's like, he's fine. You're going to love him. And he shows off Peter's new iron spider suit. And he's like, "Whoa, it's so cool." He's like, "Listen, there are 50 reporters behind those two doors right there. Not bloggers, like real reporters from major publications. We'll go out there together, and I'll introduce the latest member of the Avengers, Spider-Man." But Peter stops, and he goes, "Mr. Stark, I appreciate all this, but I don't want to do this. I don't need this right now." He said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, I just want to be, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I just want to, watch out for the little guy." He's like, "Oh, yeah? Is that what you want to do?" He's like, "I do." He's like, "Okay. This is your last chance. What do you want to do? Avenger, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man." "I want a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man." He's like, "Okay, fine. That's okay. All right." And like Peter's like, "Well, thank you, sir." He walks away. He's like, "Wait a minute. This was a test, right? There's like no reporters behind that door." And Tony's like, "Yep. You pass with flying colors, kid. You pass with flying colors. You know what you want to be. You have that self-confidence. That's what's important. Good for you." He's like, "Thank you, Mr. Stark. No problem. And then Happy, he's like, "I told you he was a good kid." And Tony's like, You're right. And then Gwyneth Paltrow, she shows up, chat. Pepper Potts walks to the door. She's like, "Where's the kid? There's 50 reporters in there." And he's like, he quit on us. He didn't want to do it. She's like, "Well, what are we going to tell him?" And he's like, "I don't know. How about I propose to you? How about we get married?" And she's like, "Really?" He goes, "Happy, still got the ring?" He's like, "Got the ring? I've been carrying this thing around since 2008. Iron Man reference came out in 2008. And he flips the ring to Tony, and he goes and proposes to Pepper Potts, chat. We then cut back to Spider-Man, good old Tom Holland. He arrives back in his apartment, more self-assured, more self-confident he's ever been in his entire life, chat. But he sees a little present on his bed, chat, in a paper bag, and it says, "For Spider-Man," signed Tony. From Tony. He opens it up, and it's the Spider-Man suit, and he puts it on, full Spider-Man regalia, has the mask, takes the mask off, looks out the window, and he's embraced his role as New York's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And the camera pans a little bit to the right, and we see Aunt May behind him, and she goes, "What the fuck, Peter?" And he's like, "Oh," and that, my friends, is Spider-Man Homecoming. My scene breakdown for Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter. But is it? Is it, though? Because then we cut after the wonderful end credit sequence. We then cut to good old Adrian Toomes, Chat Bird Dad, and he's in a prison line. and he is accosted. He runs into Mac Gargan, played by Michael Mondau. And he's like, Bird Dad. He's like, yes, Mac. He's like, I've heard that you know who Spider-Man is. And I would like to pay him back for what he did to my face. He's like, do you know who he is? He's like, if I knew who he was, do you think he'd still be alive? And that's the thing, Chad. That's the thing. And we cut. And that's the thing. He respects Peter. He respects him. He doesn't want to reveal his identity to anyone because he's like, you saved my life. You did right. Vulture is a villain of honor. I mean, he's killed people most certainly, but he does have a coach. And I like that he's like, I ain't going to let anything happen to Peter. I'm like, nice. Really great, inspired take on the Vulture, chat. Thank you, Doug, for the 2 minutes. Sorry for missing my bits. I like how Tony tried to take all the credit for Peter's growth. Thank you. I'm sorry. Peter's already done Down for the Swirl. MJ, remember this. It's true. It's true. Genius. I'm sorry, Dark Slayer. So I was in the middle of the review. But that, my friends, is my scene by scene breakdown for Spider-Man Homecoming. That was a long one. Versus Tomei's Aunt May, who was Uncle Ben. Joe Pesci, baby. Joe Pesci, of course. A life for a life. Mike Koo said he shot some stuff for Vulture this year. I wonder what Disney Plus show or movie does. I think it might be for Morbius, I imagine. I would guess Morbius. But who knows? Maybe Spider-Man. Find out. I think, they're going to bring him back in future movies. He'll show up in the Venom movies or whatever. He'll show up in other Spider-Man films. They'll bring him back. They're going to do the Sinister Six. They will eventually do Sinister Six, and he will be in it. Joe Pesci has to be Uncle Ben. Hell yeah. There you go. But I hope you guys enjoyed my review. That was a long one. I knew it would be a long one, Chad. I have such a love for this movie. I went into very specific detail. And tomorrow, Chad, I will be doing my scene by scene breakdown for Spider-Man Far From Home, Chad, with Mysterio as the main villain, Jake Gyllenhaal. And then Friday, Chad, I'll be doing a non-spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home. Going to be very exciting. And I wonder if No Way Home, they brought the villains back just to use them in Sinister Six. Maybe they do. I think there's only 5 in the movie so far. There might be a 6th member. We'll see. Oh my Lord! I hope you guys liked it. And again, thank you for all your biddies. I'm sorry if I didn't. I might have missed up during the review. I'm in the moment, but thank you for all the biddies throughout the review. Thank you, Dark Slayer. Thank you for that, Mr. Humney again. Thank you for the raid. It was very kind of you. Look, the boss. Thank you for the biddies. Yatsuba fan. Look at all the quality people coming in here, chat. Nice. Robica Diego, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The 6th villain is Avi Arad. That's true. Every Spider-Man movie, the villain is Avi Arad. Oh, Lord. Monkey Mark, Uncle Ben. God damn, that would make sense. Now we know where Peter gets his lust for caramel. I don't think it was Morbius because he said a few weeks ago, and this interview wasn't long ago. Okay. Maybe he's doing something for a new movie. Could have been a stinger. Could have been a stinger or something. We shall see. I'm excited. I hope they bring him back. Because, he's not in Far From Home. I don't know if he's even referenced. And I imagine he'll be talked about, maybe No Way Home. But he is in Morbius. We do know he's a supporting character in Morbius because he's in the trailers. So there is that. Thank you, Bloodsome Gamers. No, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this review. This was so fun for me to talk about. But now, Chad, I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to be jumping into some of that. Good old-fashioned Halo Infinite campaign. And there's still Scorpion. We'll eventually see him, I imagine, sometime in the Spider-Man movies. They got Michael Mondau. His star is always a rising. He's such a talented actor. But, guys, please give me a moment. I got to turn back my Xbox to shut off during this review. I got to also charge up my battery pack. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. In the meantime, entertain yourselves amongst yourselves. I shall return, Peter.